course the music scroller isn't working. God damn it. Hi chat! Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, I'm walking here. Send this to an Australian friend to totally prank them. Fuck a Google Doc, that bitch going on SoundCloud. You know we ain't a crook. Be like Peter Pan, the way I'm smashing Captain Hook.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning.
No, I'm literally the Joker. Every day I wake up and I put on the makeup. It was a G.I. Jane joke. I'm not a furry, just hear me out. Alright everybody, group howl. Oh, a deep voice shawty will fix me. I think I'm mentally ill, chat. Don't want to bring out the horses. Someone else is sick.
I'm doing something extremely wicked.
Uh-oh. Hey Kamui, what's the capital of Green Shell? Fuck! Hey Tommy. Oh shit, never mind. Hey Chance, what's the... Never mind. No! What the... You got voicemail. Shit, that makes my brain worms go like... Let's talk about everybody's favorite topic. Me. Fuck. Me. Hi, chat. Hi. Yeah, the music scroller's not working. Fuck. Anyways, chat, that was the new Raid trailer. I finished it. I did it. I finally did the new Raid trailer. That's our new Raid trailer. You can see it when I'm not live at the top of stream, if none of my friends are live either. Okay, let me turn the music scroller off, because of course it's not fucking working as usual. Anyways, hi chat, hi! How are we? Welcome in everybody. I see I'm already a demon, so we're off to a good start. We need to find the Tito dollar. Drew, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's part of the video, I guess. Okay. Anyways, hi chat. Let me say hi to everybody. A lot of people piled in tonight. Wowee. Anyways, we got some stuff to go over. So this is gonna probably be a bit of a yap stream, and then we're gonna play some Stellar Blade a little bit later. But for now, we got some stuff to talk about. It's been a minute. Hi chat. Welcome in everybody. Let me say hi to everybody. There's a lot of friends here, a lot of people gathered around. Anyways, Niggle, Gratson first, welcome in. Natsu, how's it going? How are ya? Gunfighter, hi. Caught a Red Dog Sit emote. Yeah, that's in the fish pool. Starfire, hi, how's it going? Other Tomo, hi, how's it going? Shy, hi. Hi, Lucky. Hi, my friends. Hello. Anyways, let me see who else is here. Hi, Suey. Oh, yeah, so the Tito dollar is definitely in this. My wet vagina and bio, Mr. Squidward. Yo, I kind of be Mr. Krabs coded when I'm this color. Chad, how fucked up would it be if I re-debuted as Mr. Krabs? Anyways, we're in Italy today. I think this is Italy. It seems Italian. I think we're in Italy. We're usually not. We're usually in like Korea or Japan, but we're in Italy today. Hi, chat. We're worldwide bitches over here. You feel me? We're worldwide. Anyways, so I got a list of things to go over. Time for a Mr. Krabs Tomosona. That's basically what this is. Let's be real. What if I replace the horns with like Mr. Krabs like antenna? Hold up. Let me just retrack. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I'm tracking better. Mouth movements better. Anyways, hi chat. Hi. We got a lot of fun stuff to go over today. So I guess let's start off with the obvious, kind of the main branded thing of this stream. I finally set up Lurkbait, the fishing game that you guys love playing in every other stream too. We got that set up here, and it doesn't even cost channel points. All you gotta do is type !fish in chat, like so. Boom. And you can fish. See, it's down here. Hi. Let's see what I catch. Ooh. What do we got? I should probably make it a little louder, to be honest. It's paper. I caught a paper. Speaking of fun stuff, I'm in Matrix 11 New Game Plus, hard mode on Stellar Blade. I'm tearing through this run. Also, I learned that you can keep repeating New Game Plus and getting stronger. Hell yeah! Yeah, I gotta start New Game Plus soon. But yeah, so the fishing minigame now has only exclusive fish to catch. You are going to be catching lots of memes and mostly friends, many of whom are in chat and around often, such as Shy and Sui. Oh, there's a Marina. What did I make the fucking... My chickens, that's her quote. I put a little quote that I know from everybody, for the most part, underneath everybody's thing. Like, if Sui were to catch himself right now, it would probably say, I'm gay. Some of them even have voice clips, or like sound clips. Let's see, what do we got? What's Sui catching? Super! That's a pretty common one. See, he makes a little sound. I'm actually gonna turn the sound up a little bit. Let me turn the sound up before we catch some more stuff. Hold up. It's a little quiet. I thought it was too loud before, but now it's like too quiet. Where the fuck? Where do I go? The menu is like not... That's about good. The menu is not great in this. There we go. Now, catch some fish, chat. Let's see what we got. I'm addicted already. Give me the fish gamble. Let's go. Yeah, we got so many. There's some really fun surprise ones too. Let's see, what do we got? It's paper. I'll make this bigger for the time being so we can kind of see what's going on. What does paper say? I think it just says yippee. Yeah, it says yippee. Oh my god. Thank you for the clip, Lucky. What did we just catch? Did we catch anything? What did we catch? Anything good? Can Mr. Krabs be a fish? I could probably make my wet vagina and bio a fish to catch. Oh, we got a rare one. Funniest shit. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Damn, that's a fucking big one. God damn. I should add more pickles to it. I have a few friend pickles. God, that's my OG design, chat. The art I used to make Pickle Tomo was of the original concept art for my model. That's how old that like face that was on it was. Pickle Tomo's great. It's great, right? It's funny. See, here's our first meme one. I'm a totally normal alcohol. I can be trusted. I am going to fuck you up and ruin your life. Soju do that. Soju kind of just do that. Yo, Soju go crazy. Cerveza Cristal. Velvet, non-threateningly telling you to read Ice Shield 21. Oh my god, yeah, there's like, I think there's at least like 30 or 40 that I have in here now. Let me check the folder. There's some really rare ones. Let me check the folder. Twitch assets, fish. There are 46 things you can catch. Some of them are real tough to get too. The rarest one, I actually caught while testing it the other day. I almost posted it in the Discord, but I didn't want to spoil it. You guys are gonna love it when you see it though. Daron, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Tomoverse. Thanks for sneezing in. Oh, you got Cody Rat. Cody sent me the fucking... So there's several rarities of friends. By the way, friends, if you are listening, like Shy, if you want to send me another one that you want as a rarer rarity, go for it. Send me one if you have funnier art for the fish. Lucky, I don't know if I asked you yet. Lucky, send me a little skrunkly so I can add you to the fishing pool. Oh, we got Boo Wow snacks. That's a pretty common one. It's because it's a treat. Yes, let's go. Man, yeah. See, this is already a hit. I can tell. The fishing's a hit, chat. That's why I didn't want to jump on the fishing train too early because I didn't want you guys to just. There's Tooper. Oh, you caught a Tooper. Let's go. What's this song? This is good. Oh, it's Underscores, duh. Yo, Underscores is great. So that's another thing to talk about, chat. We have a new community playlist. Let me post the link in chat real quick. That's what we're listening to right now. We have a new community playlist, so you guys can add to it. This community playlist theme is summer vibes only. So if you guys want to catch, goddamn it, my mind's on the fish. If you guys want to add music to the community playlist, go ahead. 3 songs per person per week and only summer vibes. So no sleep token. Gotta be summer vibes. Doesn't have to be pop, but it's gotta be summer vibes. I gotta feel good listening to it while driving with the windows down on a summer's day. I'm winter girly at heart, so I gotta figure out the summer songs I want to add. Yeah, there's a lot of summer songs. Ooh, there's a good one. Toma 1.0 plushie. That's a pretty common one. I put in a decent amount of common ones to balance out the rarities, right? I gotta get Mimi to make a new plushie for this model, you know? Because we don't really have one yet. Gotta be hot out to listen. Yeah, exactly. And the weather's getting real nice. Banana wife. Oh my god. Oh, we got Naki. What if it was Borange? Cute. Oh, chat, Lucky sent some. Oh, these are really good. Oh, we're adding these to the pool. Lucky, also send me like a quote if you want a quote under any of them. I can make little quotes. You notice there's quotes underneath all these. Got another velvet. Oh, we got a bigger velvet too. Let's go. A rare one, yeah. So instead of you guys just catching the same shit you catch in every other stream, you guys got these fun, unique ones here. So I hope that entices everybody to go fishing lots and find the rarest ones. Let me see if I missed anything in chat while we're oh, here's a rare one. We got Stella. That's a good one. Oh, we got some Caroline Polachek in the playlist. Let's fucking go. Who put this one on here? This rocks. I was wondering what all the fishing things you've been posting was going to be. Yeah, this is what it is. It's exciting, right? Hi, Steph. How's it going? Welcome in. Hi, Banana, as well. Who else we got in chat? I feel like some new people have been popping into chat, and I've been missing because we've been fishing. All right, Lucky. I'll make some quotes. I know some funny things you've been saying. Real. I say real all the time, and it's because of hanging out with Lucky so much over the last, 2 years. She did it to me. Oh, does 3 exclamation points mean it's gonna be super rare? Whoa, we got a big one. There's a few legendaries. Tomungus is one of them. There's a few Amoguses that are in there. I have that effect on people. You do. Your energy is radiant and contagious endearingly. I love the custom music. Yeah. See, chat, this music just fits where we're walking around in this sunny summer day in Italy, right? Oh, kiss you, bitch, you gonna make me act up. You about to make me act up. Fuck. Oh, I don't have we got another legendary one. I got Yuri working on a lip bite facial expression for this model, which is gonna be really funny. I need to get the yippee sound effect in there. You guys will notice some of these have sound effects. Let's see if we catch something with a sound effect soon. Only a few have them so far. Mostly the really rare ones, but there's a few common ones that have them. If anybody catches Fenzi, anybody who knows Fenzi can probably already guess what the sound is gonna be. Gigi's I know has a sound effect to it because I love torturing her with a certain certain set of words that she once said on stream, and I've since applied to a soundboard. Rat. Okay. It's a weh. It is weh. Oh, I can't send you the lucky TBH creature and the lucky voiced yippee. Yes. Send. If you want voice clips on yours, send them. I should add Spicy by ooh, we got another legendary one, I think. I should add Spicy by Aespa to Shy's. Wow, the paper yippie's getting caught a lot. I wonder if the price difference is pretty high or something like that. If it's lower priced than some of the other ones of the legendaries, it could be. The most legendary one I set to the max price, and if anybody gets it, I'm gonna scream. Drama by Aespa, I got you. I was just gonna put the part of Spicy where they're just like, spicy. Oh yeah, I need to add a sound effect for Taffy. Ow, what did I do? Hi, Kira. Oh God. Everybody say hi to Kira. She's the fucking legend who found... Chat, we need to talk about the dollar. Chat, well, we can multitask with the fishing. That's kind of what it's here for. Yeah, that was a 2.0 Taffy. Classic Taffy shit. They're shy again. Just Karina going, drama, mama. I've been trying, mama. We found the dollar. Yeah, Tomo, we found the dollar. We found the fucking dollar. All right, chat, we gotta talk about the dollar. Also, who the fuck put Henri on the playlist? Let's go. Wow, oh my god, hold up. Can we talk about what a vibe this little vista behind us is? Oh, that's right, the Tooper plushie has a sound effect. You might have heard him just now. I still have to get original Tooper voice lines recorded. I have a voice actor I want to work with to do them. This like town, I don't know, this video just came up in my recommendeds. It's just like one of those walking videos, but this little town reminds me of that one level in Hitman 1, like the Hitman 2016 game. It's like the Sapienza level. I love this kind of vibe. Anyways, chat, we gotta talk about the Tito dollar. Oh, yo, I will absolutely add the Tito dollar as a rare one, and he'll be like ancient Hawaiian secret, cuz when it's caught. Yeah, coastal Mediterranean towns are peak, like this and like Monaco and shit. Yeah. Okay, chat, let's talk about the Tito dollar. All right, chat. So, as you'll see on screen to my left here, right? Gonna start paying in Tito bucks. You better. Let's talk about the Tito bucks. So, let me make the lurk bait just a little bit small again. Actually, no, it's pretty much fine in the corner. Big enough, small enough, perfect. All right, chat. So, the other day, I was playing Sea of Thieves with Nikki and Fenna Marina, as we usually do. Just play late night games. There's Sui. I'm gay. Sui 1.0. So we're playing Sea of Thieves, and I checked Twitter for a second. I think I went to like tweet something on my side account, and I see a tweet pull up on my account. Do you guys know how? Well, actually, I'm just gonna read the fucking tweet. Chat, you know how you'll see a tweet and then it automatically refreshes and it's gone forever? Like when Twitter does that, like you'll be on Twitter and you'll see something and then the fucking thing will just automatically refresh itself and you're back at the top and you will just never see that tweet ever the fuck again. That happened to me while we were playing Sea of Thieves. I saw a picture of a United States $1 bill with Tito from Rocket Power instead of George Washington on it. And 2 seconds later, Twitter refreshed, and I lost it forever. But the image was fucking burned into my head, and I needed to see it again. So I went into Photoshop, and I mocked up this fucking, what I remember it looking like. This $1 bill featuring Tito from Rocket Power. So, yeah, we're getting live coverage of the Tito bill. This is like really important breaking news here. So, I saw this dollar bill with Tito from Rocket Power's face on it. And it refreshed 2 seconds later, and I thought for a second I fucking hallucinated. Because like 20 minutes prior to this, no, maybe like a half hour prior to this, me and Fen and Marina and Nikki were playing Sea of Thieves. And Fen and Marina are acting real chills, like more chiller than usual, because they're pretty chill when we hang out, but they were more chill than usual. And they were like, oh yeah, we had some gummies a couple hours ago and we're still riding off of them. And I was like, shit, let me get in on the fun. So I took a gummy too. So I wasn't sure if I like, Gigi made the sound, she said it, she said Gangnam Style. You got the Gigi Scrunkly. So, it was kicking in a little bit, I'll be honest. So I see the Tito dollar and I'm just starting to get a little stoned and I'm just like, huh? Can anybody hit us with the redeem? I know it's there. We got the redeem. Oryx, how's it going? What did you forget? So I see the fucking Tito dollar. Oryx, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for sneezing in. There it is. Oh, did I add this song to the playlist? I don't know if I did. I think I did. I love this song. Fancy said this thing. Fancy said the thing. She said it. Yeah. Yeah. Just been watching Twitch. Let's go. So I fucking see the Tito dollar and then it disappears and I'm a little stoned at this point, so I'm just like, fuck. Did I imagine this? Is my like head getting to the best of me? Like, did I just like, maybe it was something else instead of Tito, you know? But no, it was Tito. I know it was fucking Tito. So I went into Photoshop and I edited him into a $1 bill, the best as I could remember from the 2 seconds I saw of it. Tomo gotta be in top 3 yappers, could listen for days. Let's fucking go. Oh, we got the Nikki plushie. We definitely are gonna have to add a sound effect to that. He said he was gonna get one to me, so rely on that, chat. Nikki's gonna get us a sound effect for his. So, I see the Tito dollar bill. I mock it up as best as I can, which it's looking pretty alright if you ask me. I think this looks like a pretty solid Tito buck. I've been calling it the Tito dollar though. So like, I make it, and it still doesn't satisfy me, because one, not only was it not as good as the original Tito dollar I saw, number 2, I still didn't know what the fuck the context was. So I put out this tweet, and because the Twitter algorithm sucks, nobody ever sees my fucking tweets. It gets like 4 likes, right? You got me! Also put a plushie next to an orange. So, I see the Tito buck, and I needed to see it again, and I need to understand the fucking context. So like, a day or 2 goes by, and also a few people reply. You know, Poor's like, I hate when that happens. Mari is like, you just reminded me that Tito existed. Right? We need to get Marina saying Machikins for her fish as well. The Hawaiian dollars were a thing, but Surf Shack Tito on it rules. Yeah, it's Tito from the Surf Shack. So, Tito buck, we got it. A couple days go past, and then this morning I wake up. My friend Josh replies to me with the original Tito dollar tweet. And the reason nobody saw it was not because it was a viral tweet, but because Kira600, aka Virtual Jess, aka Jessica Thunderstore, awesome DJ, everybody go check Kira out, they're in chat right now. She responds with a thread about the Tito buck. So first off, Josh sends me the Tito buck 12 hours ago. This was the original Tito buck I saw, chat. This is the Tito buck that I saw. And it also doesn't have the biggest reach. Only about 10 likes, 5 retweets, right? Twitter algo sucks, am I right? It just isn't great. So it's the Tito Makani dollar. Tolvite, how's it going? Welcome in. It's the Kira600. Oh, someone got the epic Arthur. I gotta get Arthur saying something silly on there, but his quote's Blue Yeti aficionado. He's gonna hate me for that one. So, this is the original Tito buck tweet. It was literally just Kira tweeting, anybody seen this before, or am I insane? The context gets fucking crazier, chat. The context gets crazier. So, let's read Kira's thread about this. Oh my god. The layers to this are hilarious. Okay, so, friend is over watching Duckman for the first time. Conversation in the room shifts to Klasky Supo's animation production history. Duckman, Rugrats, Simpsons, Rocket Power, etc. My mind starts dwelling on Rocket Power. I don't really know much about it, but I think I saw a meme/edit one time where Tito was on the dollar bill. I asked my friends and they're not familiar. I'm also playing Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike, Kira? CS, is that Counter-Strike? I asked them and nobody knows about Tito on the dollar bill. I don't even drop the phrase Tito buck because it's vaguely familiar to me, but I don't know why. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, it was Counter-Strike. Okay, fine, I'll just Google it. 0 relevant results for Tito Rocket Power dollar bill meme. Alright, Kira, here's the funny part. When we were playing Sea of Thieves, you could ask Fenzia, Marina, and Nikki right now, and they'll all be like, yeah, Tomo yapped about the Tito dollar for the next hour and a half. I was fucking hyper-focused on it. It was becoming a special interest. I could not stop fucking talking about how I needed to see the Tito dollar again, and how I needed to understand what the fuck the context of the Tito dollar was. Okay, fine, I'll Google it. 0 relevant results. I also found nothing on Google for Tito dollar. However, when I searched Tito on Twitter, a bunch of porn came up because it's fucking Twitter, right? Elon's Twitter is just full of porno bots now. So I reply to this one, still reading the thread, but Tito book just fucking sent me because me and my friends have been referring to this mystery as the Tito dollar. By the way, chat, I also bring this up to Sui last night. I hit Sui up and I'm like, Sui, I need to tell you about the Tito dollar. And now while Sui is fucking live last night with like DJ, I think Snorlax Bud was there, and like one other person who I don't know, they all start talking about the Tito dollar too. They're now fully invested in the mystery of the Tito buck. What is this song? This is so good. Anita Milvises. Never heard of this. This goes fucking hard though. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. Also, I just noticed that my homie Seven just added Shiritai by Izumi Makura and Mabanawa to the fucking summer playlist, and I need that to come on now because that song makes me so emotional. By the way, chat, I'm gonna send it again. We have this community playlist. That's what we're listening to in the background right now. Feel free to add to it if you haven't yet. You can add one song per week, resetting every Sunday. The theme of this playlist is summer vibes only. It has to be a good summer vibe. So no crazy heavy metal unless it's like baby metal. You know, it's gotta be like, it's gotta be vibes. Oh my god, Paper added Magdalena Bay to this too. Let's fucking go. Shout out to Lucky Pochi, by the way, my favorite Magdalena Bay cover song artist. Lucky got me like deeper into Magdalena Bay's discography because I had been fucking with Mercurio World already, but I hadn't really listened to the mini mixes or the EP or anything. So Lucky making me do that cover for her got me like deeper into their discography, which is great. They rule. They're so good. Anyways, Tito Buck fucking sent me. Kira's been calling it the Tito Buck. I've been calling it the Tito Dollar. I feel like there's something I saw forever ago about Tito Buck. Like, maybe I am crazy and I invented this concept term, but I swear it makes no sense if I did. Here's the thing. I also was in that boat because I saw your tweet about the Tito Buck, didn't know it was you because it disappeared after 2 seconds, and I also thought I hallucinated it. So, damn. I can only find one semi-related image, and it is not the one that I had in my head. Very specific. I had the image of Tito's face edited onto the dollar bill. He was fit into the frame plus color shifted on. Same. That's how I saw it on yours. Confused as can be, I decided to just make my own edit. I assume this is the meme you saw. Ever wonder who the hell is that man on the $1? I wondered many times, so I investigate. His name is Tito. Mindfuck. ifunny.co. Hi Claire, how's it going? Welcome in. God, the fucking thread just keeps going too. It's great. Think about how I don't even know much about Rocket Power. Think about how I have zero clue how I knew the character's name was Tito. Can't name other Rocket Power characters. Come on. There's Reggie and Squid and Raymundo. Maybe remember another meme about Tito does this, lives like this, be like Tito, God forbid. So there's one other Tito meme I know, and it's like the fuck anime meme from back in the day with like the woke, like glowing eyes, and it's like Tito and it just says fuck anime on the bottom. I'll have to put it in the Discord later. It's like buried in my phone in the favorites folder from like 2014 probably. Image complete. I share with friends and nobody recognizes it. At least people think it's funny. You post on Twitter with a vague caption. Now this whole thread. So I replied this morning when I wake up, holy actual heck, this is incredible. This is incredible specifically because this goddamn, no wonder everybody fucking has trouble reading what I say. I type like an asshole. Because I speak like an asshole too, you know what I mean? Cranking my shit. That's Yuri type shit. Holy actual heck, this is incredible specifically because this opens up a greater... Ooh, we got another Stella. Space can't. Opens up a greater, more unsolvable mystery. You also saw a Tito dollar with no recollection of the concept, or of the context. You are the same tortured artist that I am now. I don't even know if I saw one. Like, I think I did, but I have no idea. Maybe I dreamed it. How do I know Tito? I don't know anything about Rocket Power. I know about Rocket Power. I love Rocket Power. I think about that one time I went to Dairy Queen and got a chocolate blizzard with brownie and Butterfinger, and then came home and watched Rocket Power and played Super Smash Bros. Melee Temple Run, or whatever like the temple mode was called in Melee. That's like an early childhood memory. I don't know why, but it is. And I watched Rocket Power after with my Dairy Queen blizzard and played Smash Bros. On the other CRT. Comfy mode. I only remember that one little kid in Rocket Power who yelled all the time in the show. I don't even remember that. I feel like I remember Rocket Power pretty well. I remember there was an episode of Rocket Chat. We're going on the Rocket Power tangent. I remember there was a Rocket Power episode where Tony Hawk traps them in like a fucking skateboarding version of like a saw trap. I swear to God, this is a real fucking episode of Rocket Power. Hold up, I have to look this up now. Rocket Power Tony Hawk episode. I swear to fucking God. There was an episode of Rocket Power where Tony Hawk traps them in a fucking saw trap. Hold up. We're just going to YouTube with this shit. It's gotta be there. But yeah, there's the Tito book. Tony Hawk Rocket Power. Auto Rocket says Tony Hawk's name for almost 3 minutes. Oh, you got a Kamui! Yeah, see, this is them. They're like in the saw trap. Tony Hawk just like fucking traps them in this like neon fucking skate park, and he's like, you gotta skate to survive. My favorite Rocket Power thing is the Shuby customer. Yeah, the fish taco clip, yes! We were talking about the fish taco clip like a week or 2 ago. I don't remember fucking where, but yes! Hold up. We're pulling up the fish taco clip next, because I've been quoting that clip my whole life. Oh my god, this is on Nicktoons Network. Y'all remember Nicktoons Network? From cable television? Hey. Banger show, yeah. Mr. Hawk! Mr. Hawk! Mr. Han! That's from Linkin Park. They also use the word Shuby, which is also like an East Coast term as well. It's what we call Pennsylvania tourists in the summer in Jersey. Because we call New Yorkers bennies because they pay with $100 bill because they're all like Wall Street employees. So we call it like Benjamin Franklin, so they're bennies when they come to Jersey as tourists. Unless they're Italian, then they're Guidos. That's deep Jersey lore for y'all. But yeah, he trapped them in like a saw trap. Alright, where's the fish taco thing? This clip.
What is this fish taco?
Flounder with pico de gallo in a flour tortilla.
Oh, what's pico de gallo?
Hot salsa.
Is a fish taco shaped like a fish?
Sure, whatever. Is that what you want?
Oh, no. I'll have a cheeseburger.
Try living with him.
Try living with him. So chat, that is the story of the Tito book. I hope you guys appreciate that as much as I do, because I am still being tortured by the thought of the Tito book, because I can't for the fucking life of me fucking know what the Tito buck is. The original context. Kira does not have the original Tito buck context. I now do not have the original Tito buck context. What are you gonna catch? What do we got? Did anybody catch the super rare one yet? There might not be any context. No, there has to be context. There has to be. Oh, you got the goober. Cody drew that one. I haven't really posted that on Twitter properly, like alone yet, but yeah, Cody made that for me. It's silly. Shout out to Cody. They're probably asleep because it's fucking whatever o'clock in Australia. Everybody should go follow Cody though. They're great. Silly little rat. Anyways, chat, what else do I talk about? So we got lurk bait, only custom fish. Also, ooh, that cold brew I had this morning got me fucked up, but I'm feeling better now. Okay, we talked about the Tito dollar. I have like a list of shit I wanted to talk about. What's next? I finished the Fallout show tonight on not Netflix, on Amazon Prime, where I totally watched it. True, actually. I finished the Fallout show tonight. It was really fucking good. Oh, there's Cody. There's actually Cody right there. So yeah, I finished the last episode of the Fallout show, and it was super... Did anybody watch it, by the way? Anybody in chat watch the Fallout show yet? Let me take a sippy real quick. Everybody take a sippy, by the way. Gotta hydrate, chat. You gotta hydrate. I watched the first 2 episodes and need to dip in. It's real good. Tap into that. Would you rather have a Tito buck or a penny that doubles in size every day? That's a tough one. I guess the Tito... I can make a Tito buck. You can't really... Here's the thing. I can make a Tito buck, right? You know, it probably wouldn't be that hard to make a real Tito buck. Chat, by the way, when we do our first, like, meet and greet at, like, a convention... We're gonna give away Tito bucks. That's the, like, the dignifier of, like, how you find me at Anime New York. is you look for you look for me in this outfit, and then you ask for a Tito buck. That's how you'll confirm it's me. But yeah, what the fuck was I yapping about? Oh yeah, Penny doubling in size every day is fucking magic. That's gonna destroy the world at some point too. You gotta yeet that motherfucker into orbit before it's too late. But like, when else are you gonna see magic like that? Ooh, this song's good. I like this like chill out, down tempo kind of vibe. Like lo-fi ambient. What fucking genre is this actually? I'm trying to think of it. This is good though. 4 or 5 episodes in, pretty good. Yeah, it starts great. The last episode is just, it's perfect. It's so fucking good. It's so good. I still think the Nier Automata anime probably is going to be the best video game adaptation ever, but like the Fallout show is a close fucking second. It understands, it feels like a new Fallout game in a way. It understands the lore so well. Yeah, like ambient house, yeah. Or like chill out. I guess chill out might be the best word for this. This is like what they play in the room where you get high at the club, you know? Penny's a safety hazard. Oh, my contribution. Noob Fest will have Tito bucks. Let's go! Rare Leak, the biggest Penny. So glad you like it. One of my favorite songs. But yeah, everybody should go check out Kira600 on Twitter. They great DJ. Before my VTuber days, I was part of a little team called Team Poolside, which I need to fucking talk to those bozos about doing our 4-year anniversary this year, because it's also like the 10th anniversary of us meeting. So like it really, we haven't done a show in 2 years, but we need to do the anniversary show this summer in July. Yeah, Kira played our show once. Great DJ, musician, all that. Everybody go check them out. Samples a Goya track for the beat. Hell yeah. Watched the first 2 episodes, need to dip in, 4 or 5, pretty good. Very excited where season 2 is going, right? Yeah, so like I screamed and pointed and clapped at the screen when they showed New Vegas. Season 2, we're going to Vegas, baby! There was also like a bunch of like small references. I don't want to spoil the show for the rest of y'all who haven't seen it yet, or like aren't done with it, but like there's a lot of cool references throughout the whole show. Shout out Ghoulside, that's when I broke the stream with my visuals. Oh my god. I don't remember what show it was. One of the Poolside shows, I got too drunk and just like... No, I wasn't too drunk. Oh no, it was the Christmas show. I remember now. It was the last show we did actually. The last Poolside show. It was the Christmas show. Yuletide 2021 or 22, I think. I think it was 21. Yuletide 2021. What's it called? I was having an allergic reaction or something, so I took a Benadryl, and I've never taken Benadryl before. That shit knocked me the fuck out. I fell asleep for the last, like, 4 hours of the show and came back for the finale. Perfect music for this view. It really is. We got them sunny summer vibes. Anyways, so the Fallout show is really good, by the way. So, another thing I wanted to talk about. I subscribed to Apple Music the other day, right? So this is where we're gonna veer into for the video watching portion of today's stream. For anybody who knows, I mean, obviously it's funny we're listening to a Spotify playlist right now, right? But I mostly still download my music. I mostly still use MP3s. I mostly still use CDs and vinyl. And even a few cassettes, although I don't have a cassette player right now, but I have a few cassettes. My old cassette player now belongs to my brother. I gave it to him as a Christmas gift once, with my Murder by Death slip mat for my vinyl, for my turntable, which I kind of regret, because I really like that slip mat, but it's good furniture for him, so he enjoys it, so no biggie, no sweat. I have a nice turntable now anyway, just no cassette player. Should really get one, though. I should get like an old Walkman, like a portable. I love my analog stuff. I love analog synthesizers. I got one next to me. I'm about to buy the Behringer Model 15 that they just dropped, which is basically just the Behringer version of the Moog Grandmother for way less money. It's gonna be awesome. A lot of like trusted synth people on YouTube are saying it sounds just like their Moog Grandmother as well, so like that's sweet. So, you know, it's not overpriced the way fucking Moog synths are. Anyways though. So like I still do vinyl, I still do CDs, I still do MP3s and stuff like that. I put all of my music on my phone for the most part. However, I have been noticing lately, I have been increasingly more and more listening to music via Spotify. Not just on stream with these playlists and stuff, but like when I'm in the car, right? Sometimes I get the itch to like listen to something that I don't have on my phone at the time. So I go to Spotify, you know? However, I don't usually like streaming music, A, because I like owning the stuff I want to listen to. There was a couple years ago where there was this Young Thug album that came out. There's a song on there called Ecstasy. Great song. Was a great song because a month later they added a Machine Gun Kelly guest verse to it. Now, if you want to listen to that song on Spotify, that's the only way you can listen to it. You have to suffer through a minute and a half of Machine Gun Kelly yapping like the fucking loser he is. If you want to listen to the original song, yeah, the lady in the background was just checking me out. What's up, shawty? DMs are open, you know what I'm saying? But, what was I yapping about? I swear I had to have gotten COVID. I have brain fog, chat. I have to have gotten COVID at least twice, and I just didn't know it. Anyways, the brain fog, crazy. It's like Silent Hill up in this fucking stupid ass noggin. What is this? This is good. Azia, party's over. This is catchy. Anyways, oh, we're back. Traverse the fog. Yeah, I'm facing my demons. Silent Hill. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I think when you do those back to back too quickly, it doesn't have the full effect of the. When you do the succubus and the portal back to back, I don't think the effects in the portal come super through because it's still recovering from getting rid of the effects from the demon transformation. But at least I can still like move with it. Anyways, what are we catching? What do we got? Oh, it's a goober! So yeah, anyways, so Spotify. Right. I use Spotify in the car sometimes when I don't have what I want on my phone, but for the most part, if I want to listen to stuff, I have it on my phone as an MP3 file. However, I haven't updated my phone's music in a while. The last thing I put on there was the Carly Rae Jepsen album that came out in August. It's been that long since I put music on my phone. August or July, I don't remember when. It was like summer 2023 that album came out. It was the last time I put music on my phone. So what I figured I would do is, because I'm constantly switching between the music app on my phone and Spotify, I figured why not just subscribe to Apple Music and then I can just have all of my music in one place, right? So I subscribe to Apple Music, I download the app. Ooh, we got a Boo Wow snack. Nice. So I download Apple Music on my computer, on Windows. Oh yeah, and by the way, I also do everything with iTunes. Like most of the time when I'm listening to music on my computer, I listen on iTunes. Because I've been using iTunes for like 20 years. It's just what I'm used to. It's a really great functional, functional like program to listen to music with and to manage my music and to put music on my phone as well. So I download Apple Music because it's my new streaming thing and they don't have a way in iTunes to use Apple Music. So I download Apple Music and next time I turn my computer on the next day, iTunes deletes everything. I open up iTunes, nothing is in it. The only thing still in iTunes are all of my playlists. However, there's nothing in them. They're all blank. I open up Apple Music, and it starts importing all of that music to Apple Music. Apple Music is a barely functional app. It's basically a pre-alpha test on Windows. For starters, you cannot use the space bar, the universal space bar that plays and pauses all media, including YouTube, Spotify, every music app ever, VLC media player, Windows media player, every single DAW. No, Apple Music will not let you do that. Instead, they have the genius idea that instead, I think the spacebar opens up like the history or some shit like that. But if you press Control spacebar, it plays the music. It's terrible. You cannot browse your playlist by like typing the first letter. Like, let's say I want to go down to like the perfume playlist. I usually would just in iTunes press P, and it just goes down to the perfume section. No, just doesn't do that. Just doesn't do anything. It's just a real piece of shit app. I tried plugging my iPhone into it. My iPhone didn't show up, even though when I looked up how to put music on my iPhone, it said you can do it in the Apple Music app. My iPhone just didn't show up. Maybe it's because my iPhone is still on like iOS like 15.3 or some shit like that, because I don't want to upgrade it because it's going to drain the battery faster if I go to iOS 17. Chat, that's the second most legendary one. Holy crap, Lois, it's 7-time world champion Formula 1 driver Lewis Hamilton from Fortnite. Someone got him. Someone got him. Who caught that? Who caught Lewis Hamilton? Bananas, congrats on catching Lewis Hamilton from Fortnite. There's one more legendary one than Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, so, oh, you got an Arthur. Pretty good, pretty good. Not gonna lie, pretty good catch. So, yeah, so basically the Apple Music app is just a fucking glorified pre-alpha. Apparently it only came out in like like March, or like February, I don't know, this year. It only really came out this year, and they're officially phasing out iTunes, which I don't know why you would phase out your functional, stable app before you, like, actually stabilize the new one, you know what I mean? So, it was pretty shit. So, against my best judgment, because admittedly I probably could have lost my entire library, I deleted Apple Music thinking, okay, maybe it'll just restore iTunes. Thank fucking God it did, by the way. So iTunes gets restored once I delete Apple Music, right? Now there is the issue, however, of the fact that I basically have Apple Music on my phone still, right? So now it's got this like syncing bullshit set up with it, because Apple wants you to just automate everything, and it's just not good. It basically, what the sync function is, it puts your entire iTunes library onto your phone if you want music. Gangnam Style. I torture her with that sound. She thinks it's funny, but like she's also just like freaks out every time she hears her own voice in voice chat saying Gangnam Style. Apple basically wants everything to be automated. So like if you want to put music on your phone, it automatically by default syncs stuff, your entire iTunes library to your phone. But like I guess I'm not a normal person because my music library, let's check right now actually, chat. Let me open up, oops, that's not what I wanted to open up. Let me open up my music folder on my hard drive, my external hard drive. It is currently trying to figure out how big it is. I open properties, it is currently 40 gigs, 47, 50, 55 gigs. It's just climbing, trying to figure out how many gigabytes of music is on this folder. I will let you know when it finishes climbing because it's just over 100 gigabytes now and it is still rising. No iPhone has that much storage on it, which is surprising me. Why the fuck don't iPhones have like 2 terabytes of storage? Oh my god, 503 gigabytes of music, chat. There are over 63,000 songs in my music folder because I'm a music fan. I love music. This is all shit that I have downloaded, made, imported, burned, you know, all sorts of stuff. All 503 gigabytes of songs on my hard drive because I love owning my music. Back to that shitty Young Thug song, right? The only way you can hear that song without Machine Gun Kelly is if you bought the album when it came out. Thank fucking God I did, so I have that song without Machine Gun Kelly on it. Also, yeah, by the way, chat, the cooldown for phishing is 60 seconds. Why don't phones have micro SD slots anymore? I actually have no idea why they don't. Probably to entice you to buy the more expensive, bigger model, which is never big enough, right? I think they still only go up to like 128 or like 256 gigabytes of memory on a phone. It's still not enough. Like, it's like the same reason they don't have auxiliary jacks on phones anymore is because they want you to buy their proprietary fucking Bluetooth headphone slop, you know? They don't want you to be able to plug in whatever headphone you have lying around. They want you to buy AirPods. They want you to buy Beats by Dre wireless headpod. You know what I mean? Like, whatever shit Androids, like main Samsung manufacturer, are trying to get you to buy, that's what they got. You know, they took away the auxiliary jack because they want you to buy their slop. It should be illegal. Somehow it's not because capitalism and the free market is just some fucking shit, dog. Caught a plushie, let's go. Also, it makes sense that not including a slot in the design saves a bit of cost. It does too, yeah, that's true. Manufacturing is probably the least of their worries though because they still overcharge for phones, you know? But basically, Apple Music thanked me from So Apple Music thanked me for switching over from their competitor by fucking me. Because Apple does not want you to own music. They want you to stream everything. And I hate it. Not just because of things like that Young Thug song, that you can only listen to it without Machine Gun Kelly if you bought the song, but because music, especially if you are a Japanese music fan, there's a lot of fucking amazing, legendary music that is just not on streaming services. You know, the internet is obsessed with city pop now. Someone put an Henri song on this playlist, right? If you want to listen to Tatsuro Yamashita, the most famous city pop artist, you fucking can't. Unless you own the music. Because he just doesn't have his music on streaming services. He said in an interview he doesn't want it because he doesn't want capitalists profiting off of his work that they have nothing to do with. Which I respect him for, to a degree. I think I kind of don't respect the fact that he would still want to fuck over his fans like that. But for me, I at least as a musician understand not wanting someone to profit off of what you made when they had nothing to do with it. Either way, I want to listen to Tatsuya Yamashita. I want to listen to Malice Miser. None of their music is on Spotify. None of it's on Apple Music. You cannot listen to their music. So I download the music still. I have my Malice Miser Merveille CD. I have my Au Revoir single CD. All their songs, burned, imported, had them since I was a teenager. They're awesome. You just can't have shit like that on Spotify. There's so much amazing music on, like, out there that's just not on streaming services. So I download all my shit. But Apple Music clearly doesn't want you doing that. So I spent 3 hours the other day putting music back on my phone because, again, the library thing deleted all the shit off of my fucking phone as well. So I had to basically spend time putting only the music this time now that isn't on streaming on there, and then stuff I listen to often. For instance, there's that one Charlie XCX album that leaked. Actually, several Charlie XCX albums that leaked. I want to listen to those a lot. I do listen to those a lot. So, you know, I gotta have the files. I put them on my phone, you know? She's not releasing those, so I gotta listen to them myself. Something I'm super excited for. I think in 2027, all phones in the EU are going to be required to have user-removable batteries, and that means we'll get those designs too. That's awesome. That's great. Because, yeah, that's a fucked up thing about iPhones, too. Again, they don't have a removable battery because they want you to use their shitty repair service. And they also don't want to be accountable for people who aren't using the newest iPhone model having broken batteries and wanting them repaired, you know? They phase out service for older models. Again, because they just want you to buy the newest slop that they overprice. There's no universe where a fucking iPhone needs to cost as much as a PC, a top-of-the-line PC, you know? There's no fucking universe where an iPhone costs as much as a PC with a 3080, you know what I mean? Just make it make sense. The only justification for that is, on their part, only justification is capitalism. Changing a battery out is user maintenance, not repair. Exactly. Apple has a jack adapter. They have a jack adapter, but it still lowers the quality. For instance, if you want to listen to music with wired headphones on an iPhone, you have to use their jack adapter that goes into the Lightning port, which I believe they're going to have to get rid of the Lightning port. Don't the new phones have USB-C now, actually? The new iPhones? I think that's a thing. But yeah, if you want to listen to auxiliary music, with headphones and an aux jack on your iPhone, you have to use their shitty little proprietary adapter, which lowers the quality, by the way, because it's not an actual auxiliary jack. It's like a converter, so it's not true wired connection. It's fucking terrible. I actually want to get my iPhone 5C refurbished by like a third party because I have mine still in my drawer. The battery's just fucked. It won't really turn on. So I need to like get that battery replaced from like a local repair store or something, because there's a lot of old photos I took at like anime conventions and stuff on there, and just like old pictures from like college that are just on there, and the phone won't fucking turn on. So Tomo, they're leading the market with their tech. Yeah, they really are. Apple is a joke for not having to be forced to it. No, they really are. Apple. Here's the thing. I switched to Apple Music because I wanted all my downloaded music and my streaming music in one spot. Can't do it though, so I immediately canceled my free trial with Apple Music and just resubbed to Spotify. You know? Thank you for convincing me to not buy your fucking product, Apple. Congratulations, you lost a customer because you're anti-consumer and anti, what's the word? it's a synonym for conservation. What's the word for it? Preservation, anti-preservation, like preserving like music, preserving stuff like that. It's anti-consumer, it's anti-preservation, it's just fucking anti-everything, man. I hate Apple. Anti-convenience is the best way to put Apple. Meanwhile, they hide it under the veil, under the guise of convenience when it's not. I don't hate Apple that much either. I have an iPhone. You know what I mean? I love my iPhone. That's the thing. I love my iPhone. What I really loved was my iPod, which is the direction we will be going in with this stream, chat. I want to watch some videos about MP3 players in the modern era, because this whole tirade the other night, this whole experience I went through for several hours of trying to put music back on my phone, had me scratching my head and going, man, maybe I should just fucking buy an MP3 player. Which led me down this rabbit hole of how there are no fucking modern MP3 players for the most part, and it kind of sucks. And it's crazy because I feel like we are just a single viral TikTok away from Zoomers standing up against streaming services. There's already like hipster-ass Zoomers on TikTok that are talking about how much they love their refurbished iPods. You know, people listen to iPods these days because it's like Y2K and aesthetic, but it's also more convenient than streaming to a degree. Tooper, I love him. I can't wait for the Tooper model for this model. What was Tomo 1.0? Oh, I can show you the original 1.0. Hold up. All right, chat. Let me find a image of old Tomo, the real old Tomo. Let me pull up my 1.0, not even 1.0, my 0.0 design. The original, let's see. The original Tomo, this was the concept art. Hold up. Oh, it's fucking huge. Hold up, let me fit to screen. This was my original concept. It was for one of the DJ showcases we were doing. We basically, me and the other three people who were doing DJ shit for the show, for the flyers, were like, okay, can you make us into Yakuza characters? And our buddy Crystal, shout out Crystal, that's the homie. She's a tattoo artist out in I think San Diego or San Jose. Great friend, super obsessed with Yakuza like us. Was super down to do it. Let me even see if I can find the original flyer for the show with all three of us. Let me go to the poolside folder. Yep, here it is. The original show flyer is right here. This was February 2021, I believe. Just can't believe I give them different names, Mary Kate and Ashley. I love this song. It's so fucking horny. But yeah, so the idea was like Yakuza characters crossed with like a Studio Trigger type poster. And I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, this was like what I was doing before all the VTuber shit. And that was the original design. And then, yeah, the K-pop poppy era. Real ones remember. And that basically evolved into this sketch of my first VTuber model that my homie Millennia did. Really, really cute as well. And that evolved into my 3D model, which I will not pull up, although there's definitely clips of it. Let me see. That evolved eventually into my first PNG tuber model, which used this. So Lucky, I don't know if Lucky's still in chat, Lucky made this overlay for me, and this was kind of like my UX, I forget what the word for it is, like, I forget, there's like a word for whatever you call this in UX design where you use like an X and stuff like that, but like, that was the original idea for my original first VTuber stream. Yeah, so I made this in the Koikatsu Studio thing, as like a pose reference for what would eventually become my first PNG tuber model. So look in the bottom right corner right now, that becomes this. my first PNG tuber model, which was really, really fun. I used to just like sit in the corner like this. Because Mecha was like when I always say I'm like the Mecha pilot VTuber, it's because Mecha was like a huge part of my early imagery. Problem is, Mecha is really hard to draw and rig, so it's not really well incorporated into this suit, into this model. However, we are going to get a plug suit, alternate outfit before 3.0. It'll probably be like my 2.6 update. We're going to get a plug suit. And we're going to get a Mecha cockpit overlay as well for like my chat and stuff like that. Is this the fucking George Lopez song? Was this Lucky? Did Lucky do this? I don't even know who the fuck added this. Good vibes though. Jesus Christ. So that was this, and then eventually that becomes... Let me see. My original 1.0 model. I don't even know why I have to pull this up as a PNG when I literally just have it in VTube Studio. But yeah, that was my first live 2D model, was this one. Iconic shit, right? Oh, please stop talking about Mecha stuff. I really want to play AC4. Just emulate it, forehead. Oh, someone got Sui 2.0. Let's go. But yeah, that's kind of the history of all the Tomo stuff. It's pretty fun. Ooh, we're gonna get away from this area. The fan is like making the lights all go crazy. There we go. Anyways, caught Sui. What are you gonna catch? What are we gonna catch? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, okay, we got like a rare one. Got an Arthur, let's go. I gotta get some Arthur sound clips for that. Anyways, chat. What was I gonna yap about? Oh, right, the music thing. So yeah, I wanted to talk about MP3 players and stuff later. Before we get into that, why is Sui in the lake? Because he's just chilling there. He's gay. Let him live. Oh, the original Taffy plush. Let's go. So, real quick before we get into videos and stuff as well, I wanted to talk about some game stuff. So, first off, I don't know if you guys heard about all the amazing indie games that came out last week, last Friday. There's a lot of awesome games that came out. There's just like a couple days after Xbox does the travesty of announcing that what's it called? Fucking who is it? Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks. Just days after announcing that they shut down those studios, which Tango Gameworks, is it Tango? Is that who it is? Tango Gameworks, right? They're the ones who made Hi-Fi Rush last year, which was like an overwhelming smash success for that type of game. Not successful enough for Microsoft, though, because they fucking closed the studio who made it. Not only that, they closed down fucking Arcane Austin after the disaster that everyone in the world predicted, that is Redfall. Catastrophically failed, and they went into the sunk cost fallacy, which is what you do not fucking do as a business, because Redfall was doomed from the start. Not only did they continue that development after having to restart it because the netcode and Deathloop was so shitty, not only that, with all of its troubled development. Oh, no, it's not Arcane's fault. It's Microsoft's fault for pushing them to make something that they were never meant to make. iShield 21 is a manga that Velvet really likes. Arcane. This is the song I wanted to hear. Shout out to Seven for adding this to the playlist. Let's fucking go. I love this song. Arcane Redfall is a disaster. They go deep into the sunk cost fallacy because not only is it a fucking piece of shit game, they actually continued to develop it thinking that they could fix it when there's no universe where they could have. Maybe there's a chance Arcane could have been saved if they didn't just keep wasting fucking money on trying to fix fucking Redfall. Arcane Austin made Prey, chat. Anybody who knows me knows Prey is probably my favorite game of the 2010s, next to like Nier Automata, which is my favorite game of all time. But besides that, Prey is my favorite game of the 2010s, and that's the studio that made it, and Microsoft fucked them because they forced them to make a game that they didn't want to make, that they weren't experienced in making, when they could have just been making Dishonored 3 or Prey 2 or like a new IP, Deathloop 2, even Deathloop. Deathloop was kind of the beginning of the end, but it still was a pretty okay game. I enjoyed it, you know? I don't know how much I would replay it, whereas I've replayed Prey at least 5 or 6 times. I've replayed the Dishonored series quite a few times. Yeah, so Redfall was just a fucking disaster. And they shut them down for it, which is just awful. I don't know why the ad manager is just like fucking freezing for me, chat, but we might have ads coming up in a few minutes. Oh, there we go. I had to refresh it. Ads coming up in like 5 minutes. We got time. We got time, chat. Oh, big stretch. Everybody take a big stretch and some water. Check your posture, chat. Whoop-a. Love this song. Gotta stir my stew soon. Ooh, what are you cooking? What kind of stew? Oh, what kind of fish we got? It's a decent one. Oh, you got the Yuri. Cranking my shit. She's gonna hate me for that one. For making that her quote. But yeah, that's, so in the wake of Fred, I didn't mean to get so pessimistic about all that. So in the wake of Microsoft announcing that, just a couple days later on the Friday after that happened, something honestly magical happened in, I don't know, Arlo made a great video about it, wanting to like make it a fucking holiday every year and call it Indie Day, and I agree. So many amazing indie games came out in the span of that week, particularly on that Friday. So the week before, Hades 2 comes out, right? The week after, on that Friday, Animal Well, Little Kitty Big City, Rabbit and Steel, Crow Country. There's one more I'm trying to think of, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't fucking figure it out. But there are just a bunch of amazing indie games that just came out, all in the span of the last weekend. Oh, V Rising. V Rising went 1.0. It came out of early access. It's officially 1.0, V Rising, in that same week as well. So many amazing games. They're all really, really well received. The people I'm hearing talk about Animal Well are talking about it as if it is one of the best Metroidvanias ever made. Like, they're saying it's like playing Super Metroid again in the 90s. Like, that's how good Animal Well apparently is. I really can't wait to get around to playing it. Is this Post Malone? Let's go. Who added this? Gigi? No, Starfire. Way to go. Good choice. I love this. So I was listening to Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone the other day, feeling really nostalgic for 2018. Oh, someone caught little old me. But yeah, so Animal Well is apparently great. The one that I really can't wait to get to, Animal Well, we're gonna get to that. But, Crow Country, I really want to play this coming week, next week. We're gonna play Crow Country. For anybody who hasn't seen Crow Country yet, it is another indie game made in the spirit of Silent Hill, particularly Silent Hill 3. However, it's made in the graphical style of the original Final Fantasy VII, that very like PS1, like isometric, blocky, pixel, voxel, top-down, isometric kind of thing. But it's like the theme park level in Silent Hill 3. It's that type of vibe. I can't wait to play it. I'm hearing amazing things about it. And this is the time of year, not Halloween, surprisingly, but this time of year is when I get into a Silent Hill mood, because the first time I played the first 4 Silent Hill games front to back was about 5 or 6 years ago in May. So I'm really nostalgic for that vibe. Ooh, paper plushie, estoy poopin'. She's gonna hate me when she sees that too. So I really, really can't wait to get around to Crow Country. That's gonna be next week. Next week also, because again, I get in a Sonic mood this time of year, I've been yapping about the Sonic Marathon. We're gonna start the Sonic Marathon next week. We're gonna start with Adventure 2, Team Sonic Racing. Cabbage is gonna play Sonic Colors on stream for us. We're gonna do Frontiers for the first time. I'm gonna play Forces, because I'm the only person in the world who loves Forces. Generations with the Rouge mod. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff. And I think it's gonna be a really good time. Also Frontiers, we're gonna play with the Rouge mod as well. But yeah, we're gonna do the Sonic Marathon. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and that's gonna be next week. Anyways, chat, ad break is coming up. You know the drill. Stick around. It's only 3 minutes. We have to do it once an hour. Free and easy way to support the channel. It prevents you guys from having to watch ads in the middle of the stream and when you first join. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stick around.
Brainstorm, take me away from the norm. I got to tell you something. This phenomenon, I had to put it in a song, and it goes like, whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. You wanna know what brings me here? Oh, you glide through my head blind to fear, and I know why. Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. You live too far away. Your voice rings like a bell anyway. Don't give up your independence unless it feels so right. Nothing good comes easily. Sometimes you have to fight. Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. You launch 1,000 ships in my heart, so easy. Still, it's fine from afar, and you know that. Whoa, brainstorm, take me away from the norm. Whoa, I got to tell you something.
Boo! Hi, chat. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around through the ad break. Sorry, those crept up real fast because the ad panel is having some glitchiness today. Anyways, hi, Nikki. Let me give you a little shout out. Hi, bud. Let's see what kind of funny moments you got. Anyways, Nikki, you can fish on the channel now.
My penis beautiful.
Oh my god. The classic. Hi, Kaneko. How's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, Nikki, you can catch yourself in the fishing game. Chat, look at this view. Look at them white people. Look at this view. What a view. What a freaking view. What a freaking view. What do we got? Yeah, got a rare, or not a rare, a regular, common, even. Ooh, I gotta add the 2% sound effect to the spin. Need to send you, yeah, we gotta add a sound effect for yours. Yeah, we have sound effects on quite a few of them so far. Oh, let me get the music playing again. We basically we're on like the last song of the playlist, so let's where the fuck is... There we go. Get some tunes playing. Okay, anyways. Oh, wait. It's covering the background. Okay, anyways, so chat. Sorry, I'm on new meds and it's fucking with my sleep, so I'm all over the place. You're good, bud. We were talking about the Tito buck, Nikki. We were talking about the Tito buck on stream earlier. I found the tweet I originally saw of the Tito dollar. I found it. And we went through the whole thread because they explained it to me. But to put it short, the source of the Tito buck is that she also saw a Tito buck and recreated it. So this mystery is just, it's never getting solved. This is like one of the most unsolved cases in the history of the world. Oh, get your Tito buck, cousin. Yo, Tito was so fucking chill. I would totally put Tito in the Dream Blunt rotation. Raymundo probably not. He's probably a narc. Let's be real. Raymundo seems like a chill surfer dude, but he's like the father of like 2 like 9-year-olds. He's a narc. 9-year-old skaters too. He definitely doesn't want them to smoke. He's a narc. Rocket Power was such good vibes. It really did. It really had just like fucking peak primo vibes. Oop, going back. But yeah, we found the source of the Tito buck, buddy. Yeah, Rocket Power was great. Yeah, I was telling the story about the fucking Tito buck. Anyways, I was also telling this story about let me find it real quick, these videos. I was talking about how so many streaming services are just missing so many albums, and streaming services just treat artists poorly and they treat consumers poorly for wanting to download music still. So I wanted to watch this video. I found like a bunch of fun videos about my adventure to find a fucking... Pause the fucking music. There we go. About my adventures of trying to find MP3 players in the modern era. Fuck off with fucking ads. So I have a few videos I want to watch that we can kind of have a little watch along. I was kind of talking about how we are just a few years out probably.
Volt power sounds.
Oh, shut up. We are probably just a few years out, maybe even months. It could even happen this year, of Zoomers on TikTok getting completely fucking radicalized into canceling their Spotify subscriptions and buying MP3 players. And all I'm saying is I want to be like the first in line for this revolution. I want to be like a key investor into... Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I want to be like a key investor in this revolution of anti-streaming, pro-consumer, pro-ownership. Because I don't think streaming is good. I think it's like bad for the consumer. We can live like... Yeah, I was singing that more like the Mark Hoppus part. Okay. So, this first video... Actually, let me see. We're going to watch The iPod Has Died, then the reason why the iPod is so popular, why I stopped using Spotify, and they're still making MP3 players by Linus Tech Tips. So, this one is about... maybe the history of the iPod, but basically I was on this like rabbit hole of trying to find a modern fucking MP3 player that actually like works properly. I watched this other video off stream about like the Zune and a guy who tried to get a Zune and just couldn't get it to work because Microsoft dropped support for the software, because everyone who made the popular MP3 players back in the day wanted their shit to be proprietary. You had to... It couldn't be as simple as just dragging and dropping the files onto your phone or device storage via Windows Explorer the way you would with an Android, right? You have to fucking use iTunes. You have to use the Zune software that you can't even get anymore. And it sucks. I love how LTT is going to help radicalize people. Feels weird, but I'm here for it. What's LTT? What is that? LTT. Little TikTok? Linus Tech Tips. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I genuinely think we are one viral TikTok away. And granted, it's going to have to be naturally viral because the TikTok algorithm is not going to want to... TikTok basically is the music industry right now. They are not going to want to promote a video that is basically a call to rebellion against the system of streaming, right? Anyways, let's check this video about the iPod.
Here today to wave goodbye to the undisputed king of the nuggets. Born in a time when Apple was literally wet from the
I don't like his accent.
Was going bankrupt. And true story, that's true. With many people asking who would even want
I'm gonna put my
this
headphones
idiot.
on so I can hear this better.
Like from first thinking about it to actually being something you could buy was only 10 months apart. To then literally change the world, introducing
I loved my
media to
iPod
millions of
though,
people,
like
and then handing off the torch to begin the modern smartphone age that we currently reside.
like straight up I had
No.
let me even look up online. I want to like look up what the iPods looked like. iPod Nano where is so there's this one. I mostly had the iPod Nanos. Okay, let me find them. So I had this was my favorite one here. This one, right? I had this one. This was my favorite one because it had the most storage of all the ones I had. I think this might have been like one of the later models of the iPod Nano, like the iPod Nano 3 or something like that. It was like pretty nice form factor. It was small, but it was like easy enough to browse. I remember I had 3 or 4 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender on it that I bought off the iTunes store because you used to be able to do that. And I remember watching those on an airplane once, and it made the trip so much easier. And before that, I had this red iPod Nano. This thing only had like 8 gigabytes of storage or something on it. This one I remember had 64, I believe, or like 32. It was like way bigger. Plus back then I didn't really care about file sizes or like I didn't really know much about files. So like I just had like shitty like 96 kilobytes per second MP3s and like AACs and stuff like that. But yeah, that was I had this color iPod Nano and I loved it. It was like one of my favorite things.
Yeah, like, this really is a special occasion. I used one of my genuine.
I also had a
dickheads
black
for this.
iPod Classic as well before all that,
Yes,
but
Apple has
I think my
finally
brother
killed
took
the
it.
iPod.
And I had a couple
I
iPod
wasn't
Touches as
sure if
well,
I was
but
gonna cover
they
it in the
were
full video, but
more or less just
wow, so
iPhones
many
without the
folks have
phone.
reached out to me about it. Like so many, in fact, so I can't reply to them all. Legit, I get RSI for the amount of typing I do, which means it makes my drum streams hard. So this video is gonna cover all the replies to everyone. So I got a big stash of vintage MP3 players, most of them still in their box. Can you believe no one bought them? But owning them, to me, it is obvious why the iPod just took off. Ooh, oh no!
Yeah, like I genuinely
think that
so
Apple-
if you guys didn't know as well, Apple discontinued the iPod officially 2 years ago, I think in 2022. They officially stopped making the iPod Touch. Who's fishing? What do we got, Lucky? What do we got, bud? Did anybody else have an iPod, by the way, or like any of like the alternative things? Ooh, you got a pretty rare one. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 2 per this. Nice job. Good catch. But yeah, they just stopped making them, and I feel like that's a fucked up thing because there's probably going to be a market that's going to open up for iPods again. I guarantee by the end of the decade, they're going to be making iPods again. Guarantee it. I think it's a huge market, honestly, to make iPods that just do music and podcasts and like Apple Music or Spotify, like streaming services and stored music. I think there's a market for that. Like a phone without the distractions, you know what I mean? Like iPod Touch was just a phone basically without the phone part, you know? It had distractions to it, whereas I think just making a new iPod with no app compatibility, just music, streaming services, and you know, settings or whatever, you know? I think there's a market for that.
Wait, mate, the first ever MP3 play was the MP Man with its horrifying mascot. And like,
Yeah, that
everyone
dude's
was having
scary.
a Go back then, because mate, Samsung was way ahead of Apple in terms
You got a
of
Sansa clip and a Zune.
old days.
Yeah, nice. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. My brother and my dad used to have this MP3 player thing. I forget what the fuck it was called. I think it was compatible with not Napster, but there was like another program for music back then. I forget what it was, but it was probably more adjacent to Blackberries, and it had this weird little like serrated scroll wheel on it. And they loved it. They had it forever. It wasn't Napster. It was something else. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. Let me look this up real quick. Proprietary MP3 players. What the fuck was this thing called? Late 2000s MP3 players. It was... What the fuck was it? I can't find it. Hold up. Let me look at this, like Reddit post with these things. Can't even find... I'm gonna have to, like, call my dad and be like, what the fuck was this thing called? It was silvery. It was, like, silvery. It had this, like, bump right below the screen that had, like, a serrated black scroll thing. And I don't remember what it was called. It might have been a BlackBerry thing, but, like... Let me look up BlackBerry MP3 player. I don't think that would be it. No. But it was similar to the way BlackBerry had that little, like, trackball thing, but it didn't really have a keyboard. It had, like, transport controls. Like, it had, like, play, pause, right, left underneath it, menu, and that was, like, basically it. But, like, I don't remember what the hell this thing was called. I don't think this is a Mandela effect thing. Like, I know it existed, but I don't know what it was called. And it used like it was for an older music management software similar to iTunes. Hold up, let me look up iTunes alternatives. I think the logo might have been green for it before 2012, maybe? Was it Rhapsody, maybe? Hold up, we might be onto something. Rhapsody MP3 player? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. It's just bringing up the Sansa. I almost feel like hitting BRB and calling my brother and being like, what was it called? Okay, what about before 2010? By the way, just checked in the Battlefield 1 and World War 1 game servers are still up, so in the hell I go. I'm saluting. You can't see me, but I'm saluting. Bring back hit clips. What the fuck is a hit clip? I actually almost bought a flip phone and Digicam to take this internship I got ghosted for because I wanted to do a full detox. I'll still do it someday. For sure, I love being away from the internet. Everyone's... Exactly, like, that's the thing. Phones are a distraction, And having just a dedicated thing just for my music is still cool to me, you know what I mean? And, like, the younger generations are, like, more and more getting into stuff like that. Look at how many people are really, like, into, like, CRT TVs and stuff and, like, vinyl and stuff like that, People are playing, like, video games not on emulators anymore, but on real hardware, like OG stuff. Like, there's a market for MP3 players again if they start making them again. What I found out through all of this as well is that Sony still makes Walkman MP3 players. Problem is they're overpriced as fuck. They're like $1,300 when all the bitch does is just play music. A modern MP3 player has to just be $100. No more, no less. Well, no more. 80 to like 130 is probably going to be the sweet spot. Okay. Best iTunes alternatives. This is from CNET in 2008. Okay. Not Media Monkey, SharePod, Winamp, Songbird. Sounds a little familiar. Songbird MP3 player. No. I'm gonna go crazy trying to figure out what the fuck this thing was called. Ugh, whatever. I can't find what this thing was called, but like if I heard the name, I would know. You know what I mean? I would just know.
Oh man, the things we did for 64 megabytes.
Holy
It
shit.
is funny. Like, look at this tortured UI though. I don't want to fight this. And like the click wheel was just genius. The storage was so pathetically small in those because, hey baby, that was the beginning of the Flash era. Like, it's only recently like 512 cards have finally gotten cheap, and Apple didn't invent the idea of just sticking a computer hard drive into a player. Cause mate, they were called a jukebox. Yeah, it's the same size as a portable CD player, and honestly,
Holy
it's 'cause
shit.
the drive is so big. And if
Sony has a
anyone's gonna
$75
dominate the
Walkman
music
brand
scene,
media
it was
player, but they also have
They
900.
pioneered
Yeah, they have one that's up
sound
to like
cards for
$1,300.
They made the most of the chunk at least. I mean, you get like all these line outs and
Oxtail and
full-size
brisket
USBs,
stew?
but-
Oh, that sounds so good. What the fuck?
Let me in.
Brisket from Guilty Gear?
It runs on 4, and it drains.
I
them
love AA
almost
batteries.
instantly. Like you watch it go down, it's mental.
Like this is the type of shit that Zoomers love, though. You know what I mean? This is like aesthetic. They make up words to describe what this shape is called. It's called like fruitier arrow or some dumb shit like that. Nobody called it back then. You know what they called it? They called it that cool looking Apple aesthetic.
The first ever iPod, and
Sony has a $3,700 media player called the NW. Yeah, that's the shit I was looking at. It's like those things. They're like Walkman, like the Neo Walkman. WM17M2, like it's crazy. Had to cook brisket from Guilty Gear for real. Apparently it boasts really high sound quality. It's absolutely BS. Here's the thing. I argued with some loser on Reddit about this the other day because that's how Reddit works, right? When you are listening to music, right? If your music is 320 kilobytes or higher, it is going to sound the same. It is a placebo effect. It will always sound the same. A FLAC file sounds the same as an MP3 player, or as an MP3 at 320 kilobytes. That's what I download all my music at. It's 320 kilobytes. It's the smallest file size, basically, for the highest quality. Below that, absolutely, there's a noticeable difference. There can be. Really depends on the mix down and how compressed it is and stuff like that. But for the most part, if you're listening to an MP3, 320 kilobytes, 320 kilobytes per second is good enough. It's like the best quality you're going to get before you actually dive into the original, like, Pro Tools session file. You know what I mean? You're not going to get higher quality than that unless your album was produced on analog equipment, like reel-to-reel tape, and is pressed to vinyl. You know? It's just a placebo. You know, Tidal is a scam. If you're streaming music on Tidal and you think you're getting higher quality than Spotify or Apple, you're being scammed. If you are on Apple Music and you think you're getting higher quality than Spotify, just know that Spotify does have a 320 kilobytes per second option. It's the same quality. The only difference between the popular streaming apps is their user interface. That's basically it. That and the fact that Apple is way more inconvenient and will fuck you. Also, Apple pays artists apparently quite better than Spotify does. So that's another thing. But I can't deal with Apple deleting all my music. Otherwise, I would have stayed switched to them. But yeah, high quality audio, mostly a scam.
Papa Steve pointed at this very model and said, this is what we're going after. This was top of the top in its day. Wah. Here
Oh,
it is,
the
first
original.
ever iPod. You know what's a firstie? Because look, mate, the middle spins. It's heaps funny till dirt gets in it. Then it's not funny. And then the iPod font on the back, like, look,
Wow.
they didn't use
With
that
the
for
serif.
'cause forget cromulent UI that actually works. This had rechargeable batteries. Nearly nothing had rechargeable batteries. And look at that. That is Firewire. That is not USB at all.
Holy
because
shit.
original USB wasn't powerful enough to sync and charge at the same time. And
True.
original USB was effing slow. But Firewire was nuts.
Hi Fox, how's it going? Welcome in. We're watching a video about the iPod right now because I've been
just look at the
on a
size.
fucking
That was
quest
Toshiba.
for
Toshiba came up
physical
with
music
20 little drives to make
and
this work.
owned
Look at this, I
media.
actually ripped one apart. Check it out. Look, little platter, little
Batteries,
This is
British
our
people be
generation's
like.
version of like putting a needle down on a record and you had little.
Also, apparently those mini discs that used to come with the PlayStation Portable were really good.
Drop your iPod.
Oh, kind of like I said, I use my PSP as a music player. Yeah, no, the PSP music player was...
Although
Dog, I used to fucking play concerts, solo music shows with a PSP running backing tracks, and then I would just be like, the PSP would be running my session files that had just drum and bass, and synth, and I would be playing the guitar and singing live. I used to run a PSP into the fucking mixer board at concerts during like a 7-month stint of on and off touring.
People
That's
say
a
that
real
the
thing I
sound
used to
of
do.
them, and I do gotta say that
PSP Media
it
Player
do
was so
sound
good.
really nice. Right, wait, today's a funeral service, isn't it? Which is quite fitting because all my pods.
I was
are there.
very inspired by Jeff Rosenstock in that era. Well, actually, most people know him as Jeff Rosenstock now. He's actually gotten quite popular lately. But he used to be in a band called Bomb the Music Industry, where when he didn't have bandmates for him, like for instance, when he would go on tour in like Brazil and couldn't afford to bring the rest of the band because he made no fucking money off of that, because he gave his music away free back then as well. He was like the first person to give music away for free before like Radiohead and Nine Inch Nails did. He just made no money, so he used to just bring an iPod on tour and plug the iPod in. That's where I got the inspiration from for using the PSP for backing tracks, just by watching. Let me even see. Hold up, like Bomb the Music Industry, Brazil. By the way, Jeff Rosenstock, so fucking good. This was like his like video about the Brazil tour. This video was so funny. His promo was killer back then.
Hi there, it's Jeff.
I love this guy
Hi
so
there.
much.
Jeff Rosenstock from Bomb the Music Industry. Oh, that's awful. Hi, it's Jeff from Bomb the Music Industry, and I wanted to tell you that I'm going on tour in Brazil from.
Old ass phone. I'm nostalgic for this form of phone where they're not just massive fucking like oversized plus phones like these days.
Places like Sao Paulo, Campinas, Sorocaba, Uberlandia, Bauru. And I'll be playing songs like Put on my boots and
I fucking love this guy.
and
But yeah, so like, where is like the video? Yeah, videos like this. He would straight up just go out. You can see it in the back. Where is it? It's behind this fucking balloon and this guy's head. There's an iPod on that right there. You can see the wire right there going up to this iPod that's plugged into this amp. That's behind my head. This amp here, the iPod's plugged into that amp. His guitar is plugged into that amp, and then his microphone is also plugged into this amp. And that's how he used to play these shows, and it was fucking wild. Because he just didn't have the money to bring a band with him. Oh my god, this band was so good. If anybody likes Jeff Rosenstock, by the way, because I know he's pretty popular now, go back and listen to Bomb the Music Industry. Start from the newer albums and go backwards, because the quality gets worse with each one. Like, his quality got better over time, so like, go backwards, because Vacation is the newest one. Vacation is the best album. But yeah, Bomb the Music Industry was fucking sick. But yeah, he used to use a fucking first-gen iPod to play those shows.
Special cables are tucked away. Like, Apple, mate, you could have gotten in touch first before.
Only phone I miss is the Sidekick. Never had one. I miss when you could tell what a phone was by the outward design. Now they're all just black rectangles that look. Yeah, no, for real. Remember when like iPhone, like, you used to be excited for the Apple event every September just to see like, okay, what's the big new thing they're gonna do this year? Now there's never any design changes. It's always the same phone. And it's always just like, this year we have the A27 processor and it runs 2% faster. It's just like, dog, this is not exciting anymore. We have kind of hit the plateau and I don't know when we're going to break past it. What the fuck is what are you guys calling this? The Sidekick. Sidekick phone. Whoa, I do remember this. My buddies had this. I had a very okay. Let me show the Sidekick on stream. I had this one. I'll pull that open. That was my first phone. I'll pull these up on the screen in a second. I just like looking up on the second window because you look shit up and then it doxes you, right? And then was it Samsung? LG. LG used to be like the legend of phones, right? This one my brother had, and then my friends also had this one. Oh my god. Oh, this was probably right before these two. Okay, let me pull these up on screen. So this is the one you guys are talking about here. The, fuck. I hate how you can't drag a window with, Opera GX. Okay, so this is the Sidekick y'all were talking about. I had a bunch of friends that had it in this color, this, like, lime green color. Boba Man, how's it going? Welcome in. How you doing? The Sidekick was my first phone. I loved it. I had a dope-ass BlackBerry right when they were super popular. Yo, have you seen the BlackBerry movie that Matt Johnson made? It came out last year, I think. Matt Johnson from Nirvana, the band, the show. Awesome movie. It's so good. It's about the history of the BlackBerry. It's like a I don't know what to call it. Like a biopic, I guess is the word. Like what Straight Outta Compton was. Like that type of thing. I rewatched that last week too, by the way. I fucking love that movie. The last cool concept they tried was the Motorola one that switched cases for different things. It had a speaker attachment and a few others. It's like the Nintendo Switch, but a phone. They had a Sidekick 4G. I wanted it so bad. I had an LG G5. Let me look at that one up. LG G5. And the other one I'm thinking of is like a newer one. They canceled it though. It never came out. But Xiaomi, the Chinese phone developer, were trying to make, and there was actually a few prototypes that came out that were pretty cool. It was a full, all-around, hold up, copy image address. It was a full, all-around design. All that was there was this strip on the back for the camera and stuff, but the entire rest of the phone was a touchscreen, and apparently it was just too expensive to actually manufacture, but like the side had like the time and stuff on it, like if you can see there. Have like your time and your notifications, the date and all that. And apparently it was it had like cameras like up in this top area that could tell which side you were looking at. You know, use this one there so that when you were holding it this way, your fingers on the back wouldn't be touching anything because it would just be able to tell you're on the front. It was super cool. It was only like a couple years ago, maybe 2019, that they were coming up with this concept. But yeah, it was fucking wild. It never came out, though. So the first phone I had, similar to that, what's this one? Sidekick? Similar to the Sidekick, my first phone was the LG MV2. Had it in this color, which was cool. Actually, no, I had it in black. Actually, fuck me. It's still in my drawer, behind me with, I'll pull it out when we do the next Gunpla stream. When I do a hand cam stream. I'll pull it out and show you that and my iPhone 5C. They're both in there. Also, my original Android. I had one Android and I fucking hated it. And I switched to iPhone after. But yeah, this was my phone, my NV2. It was black. My mom had the red one. I forgot. Then when I never got the NV3 because I was lucky enough to have one phone. So my phone story. My mom said I could have a phone when I went to high school, right? I'm in like 6th or 7th grade at like a School of Rock band camp thing. And I remember the bass guitarist was flirting with me there. And at the end of it, after the end, she finally came up to me and was like, yo, can I have your number? And I was like, fuck, I don't have a phone. And I went home and I was like, Mom, you ruined my life. I was like 11 years old probably. I was like, Mom, I need a phone. So then she got me a phone that summer. And then nobody asked for my number until high school. But it was the MV2. So I had it for a while. And then eventually my mom got, and my brother, they both got the LG Voyager, which was like the first touchscreen phone I had ever seen. The front was a touchscreen, similar to the NV2, where like the NV2, the front opened up into this keyboard inside. This one was a touchscreen that opened up into the keyboard, and the touchscreen was fucking useless. You used it for like nothing. Riddle, how's it going? Welcome in. So that was that one. I never had the Voyager. And then the other one I remember being really popular around the same time as the MV2, a lot of my friends had it, was the LG Chocolate. Do you guys remember this? This thing was, they put fucking commercials out for this all the time. It was all over TV. Tears, yeah, for real. Never had the speaker module because I didn't have that phone very long. The Sidekick came with the lime green, but they sold different cases. I have that model on my desk with a red case I used to swap between. Oh, that's cool. First touchscreen phone was an HTC. I was just about to type that. Wish me luck. I'm about to go into a boss fight mailer and Stellar Blade NG Plus run that I might not beat on my first try, which is big, brute, before Tacky in the Matrix 11 sewers. So far, New Game Plus I've gotten a first try. Wait, does New Game Plus make enemies hit harder? Like, is it like Dark Souls in that way? Like, do they make the enemies harder? The mint chocolate was cool looking. Hold up, let me see. LG chocolate mint. Oh, I do remember this one. I wanted this. It had like this, that's right. It was like the chocolate 2, I think, was the second one. Wait. Copy image address. Here we go. This one. Because I remember the little plate wheel thing was like translucent and you could kind of like see through it. I do fucking remember that. Oh my God. This is the type of shit Zoomers would coom over this. You know what I mean? Right now, like the Zoomers on TikTok who just love whatever that fucking fake word they made up for like Y2K aesthetic, they would fucking lose their minds over a phone like this. I do miss old phones. You need to try to destroy them to even scratch them. Nowadays, your phone falls on cardboard. Yeah, no, right? I had to replace the screen protector on my iPhone like maybe back in like November after it being cracked for so long. I was like, I can't take it anymore. It was starting to cut me because more and more pieces were coming off of it. And I would like pick it up. I remember like waiting for coffee, flirting with the goth girl barista, and like about to pull my phone out of my pocket. And I fucking feel my finger slit across it. I'm just like, oh shit, here we go. Because the screen protector was just so cracked. It was just like slitting my fingers every time I opened it. It was fucked. First phone was a slider. I just had to replace my S10 last year. Jeez, yeah, I remember my mom had some trouble with her phone like a month or two ago, and I was trying to figure out what it was. Apparently it was like the Galaxy like S7 or some shit like that. I think they're on like the S like 23. Best phone I ever had was the Galaxy S5. You could try to break that phone and fail. Meanwhile, iPhones were bending in half when it came. Yo, I remember that. Do you guys remember the one iPhone that came out where when it came out, apparently the fucking Wi-Fi signal chip was like underneath where your fucking hand naturally rested, and it was getting blocked when people were holding it? It's like, how the fuck does that make it through QC? God, I remember my brother and my dad also be on that MP3 player thing that I can't for the life of me fucking remember what it was called. They loved their Blackberries. They had the BlackBerry, whatever the one before the Storm was, and then they both really loved the Storm. But apparently the Storm was kind of where BlackBerry ended because it just couldn't compete with iPhone.
Fun. And I've been
even though the haptic feedback on it ended up becoming a feature on like the iPhone like 7 or 8.
For a special occasion. I think the retirement of the iPod
The Galaxy series phones still exist though, don't they? I'm pretty sure they're like the Galaxy and the Pixel are like the hallmark Androids, right? But yeah, phones are super boring
most perfect
these days.
Oh, it's time to glove up, gals. This iPod predates the DankPods channel. I bought it to turn into spare parts back when I was flicking iPods for petty cash on eBay because no one paid me for gigs. Oh no, I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
I'm looking up this one MP3 player still.
Okay, no, it's making me upset. Oh no, I can't look at it. Oh,
What the
I like
fuck
how
was
this
this thing
tape has held
called?
its
I like can't for the life of me remember what the fuck this MP3 player my brother and my dad had was called. It was like a silver kind of rounded shape, like on the sides were rounded. It was silver, and in the middle it had this like black. Oh, hold up, hold the fuck up! I found a picture of it. It was apparently Dell. I found it on Reddit. What the fuck was this thing called? Dell MP3 player. Does anybody recognize this? Oh my god, this is it. Chat, I found it. I don't know if it was specifically this, but I'm pretty sure this was it. It had... Wow, that's a high quality image. It had this like... This is what I was saying. This like serrated black scroll wheel. You could just thumb this thing up and down. It made like a satisfying like sound when you did it. Did that pick up the... Yeah, it's coming through. Yes, and it had the transport, play, pause, forward, back, the back and home buttons. This is what I remember. Yeah, they loved this fucking thing, and it was proprietary with a certain not streaming service, like it was called a Dell Digital Jukebox. I guess I did not remember the name of this. and it was compatible with a certain like software that you would put music on it. I can't believe the Dell DJ. That's probably what they called it back then. It was called the Dell DJ, Digital Jukebox. What did it work with? Jukebox Explorer. Yes! Oh my god, it's all coming back to me. They love that fucking thing. They love that thing. This is it. I finally found it. I'm satisfied now, chat. We're good. We're good. Let's keep going.
Guts in there. I can't look at it.
That was the iPod I had as well. The black one I was talking about.
We don't know who did this to you. Oh no, it's so sticky.
Yeah, Riddle, that's what we've been talking about this whole stream is I hate streaming services. I just measured my external hard drive with all my music on it. It has 63,000 MP3 files, measuring at 503 gigabytes on it. I put all of my music in iTunes, and then I put the songs that aren't on streaming services on and stuff I listen to often on my iPhone. And I switched to Spotify. I switched to Apple Music from Spotify the other day, and Apple thanked me by deleting my entire iTunes library. And then I deleted Apple Music, and it all came back. But then it deleted all the stuff off my iPhone because it was like, ooh, there's a new iTunes library. Now you can't use it on your phone because anti-piracy, even though we don't care about music files these days anyway. So it was a big thing. And I spent like 3 hours the other night putting music back on my phone. But like, they want to force you to stream. They don't want you to listen to MP3 files anymore. Yet at the same time, there's so much music that isn't on Spotify. Malice Miser is one of my favorite bands. Tatsuya Yamashita is one of my favorite singers. None of their music is on any streaming services. So, I have to download them. Well, not download them, I have them as CDs. I burned my Malice Miser CD back in like 2015 onto my laptop back then, and you know, all that stuff. But yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. But yeah, I've been saying that like we are like maybe a year or two away from Zoomers on TikTok getting radicalized into bringing back MP3 players, and like we're one viral TikTok away from the younger generations rebelling against streaming services. And I'm glad, because fuck streaming. I hate streaming. You know?
Grand opening ceremony. I realize I'm getting ahead of myself. That's how long it's been since I've
This
done
thing
a
is
video like this.
just, I wouldn't want to touch this thing with a fucking 10-foot pole. This thing looks disgusting. I'd catch a disease touching this phone or this iPod.
No, stay tight. No, stay tight. What?
Yeah, that's why we're watching videos about MP3 players today, because I also, in the midst of my exodus of iTunes, I went down a rabbit hole of just trying to find a modern MP3 player, and someone in chat earlier was talking about this as well. They fucking do not make many MP3 players anymore, and a lot of them are made by like sketchy, like foreign third-party companies that are like likely to break because they're $60 on Amazon. And then there's Sony, who still make MP3 Walkmans that are like fucking $3,000.
This could be a fire risk. Hey, Frank.
No, here's the thing though. Fox, I was talking about this earlier as well. I was watching this video about a vintage Zune earlier as well. I think it's this same guy made a video about a Zune that he got, that he couldn't get anything on. He couldn't get music on the Zune because, like all proprietary MP3 players back in the day, they wanted their... It's not like an Android where you can just plug it into your computer, it detects it as a storage device, and then you just drag and drop the files you want onto it. Zune had its own equivalent to iTunes that forced you to download it and use their little shitty program to put the music on the Zune instead of just dragging and dropping it, because they wanted everything to be proprietary. You can't download that software anymore, so a lot of Zunes are basically worthless. I know there's forks to get it, but here, I can put the video on after this if we want. Hold up. Zune. It was like the first thing that came up for Zune, because I had considered Zune. But yeah, it's the same video. We're gonna watch this for a little bit after this as well. I'll just skip to the part towards the end. Actually, let's just do it now. Just fucking get to the part where he does this. Hold up.
Ooh, what a hot mess this.
Okay, here we go.
where I found that clicking and dragging music failed. Like, it just wouldn't work. I got MP3s on there, but I wanted high quality stuff. Then I remembered how limited this thing is. So I busted out a CD drive and checked out an album that a friend got for me while he was in
Cassiopeia,
Japan.
let's go.
Stuff it.
Great
Perfect
Japanese
example to
fusion
really
band.
sit down and
Again,
listen to this album.
that is the type of music that anti-streaming people ride for this shit for, because a lot of amazing Japanese music is not on streaming services. It's particularly people like me who love shit like that. The real deep, like, music lovers can't find the shit they want. Especially Spotify, even if you do find the music you want, a lot of artists don't have their full discography on there. Big fan of Lunacy. Awesome band. Only like 5 of their albums are on Spotify. And a lot of them aren't even the classic ones. X Japan, the band that invented 7 genres of metal music. The biggest Japanese metal band ever. Sold out Madison Square Garden 10 years ago. Just played at Dodger Stadium last week. That's how big they are. Their biggest album, their breakout album, Blue Blood, is not on fucking Spotify with their 2 biggest songs.
And I get in there, and
you know, it's the Japanese music lovers that are suffering. And when you do find stuff sometimes on there, sometimes you can't even read what it says if you don't speak Japanese, because they don't have it formatted properly. At least Apple Music forces all of their music to be translated into English.
Artwork. Look at this.
But
massive
yeah, Spotify's
ancient
not
Apple
great with it.
laptop. Yeah, the PowerBook. They weren't calling them MacBooks yet. This thing can still go on the Wi-Fi, can still go on YouTube, and iTunes on this thing will still talk to Grace Note and update track info and all that sort of stuff. The Zune isn't even that old, and none of that stuff there. I had to do it myself. I tried to get Shrek on here, couldn't do it. It just
Torture.
wouldn't go on. Nothing. It just wouldn't do it. I even converted it. All that business, it just wouldn't work. You know, I've got it on DVD and I just couldn't get it to work. I even went to James for help and I bought off him this.
What's the
beautiful
Postman album? Maybe I can find it.
Oh yeah.
I know a few spots.
EPC. Bought an external drive, the whole Megillah, everything to get the proper experience out of my dingus Zune, and I couldn't even install the software. Wouldn't even work. The final straw. That was it. So basically, this one album that I got on here, that's all I could care to put on the thing. You know, after learning that it's just a rehash of this and just so rushed.
Yeah, that's the Zune video I watched basically. So Zune's out of the question.
Frank, you got that fire extinguisher ready? Oh, look!
The screen turned on. Let's go.
Trying to live.
But yeah, here's the thing though. iTunes still works with iPods. You can still get an old iPod. Apparently my friends in my group chat, my friends are telling me that you can even get modified iPods with like 2 terabytes of storage pretty easily. Apparently you can DIY it too. And they're pretty cheap, pretty easy to do. And a lot of my friends have them. My homie posted a picture of him listening to fucking Porter Robinson Nurture on his iPod in the group chat this morning. So
Come on, me boy.
it's doable. I might take him up on that. I might just ask him to ship me one.
It has literally been 20 minutes. I went off and did other things.
I tried to turn my iPhone 5C on a couple weeks ago, and it was basically like this too. I left it charging for hours, and it just wouldn't go. The screen came on, but it just wouldn't turn
The
on.
big reason I'm not sad about the iPod being canned or whatever is that there are millions of iPods out there and an insanely amazing community dedicated to keeping these nuggos going. I was flash modding iPods back in my university and school days because it was the cheapest way to keep
I
them
bet
running
custom
most
iPods
life.
too could probably do like custom plating like this. Like I don't think this blue was an iPod color, this bluish purplish. I want to see if a motherfucker can mod me an iPod Classic, 2 terabytes of storage, and fucking make it rose gold.
Like, doesn't matter how small the capacity is, they're expensive. You know, a 16 gig card, you know, just whack
Fish.
it in there, and you can keep going with
Fish.
JP adapters.
What are we
But
gonna catch?
nowadays, you got all the proper flash guys. Like, you know, this is how I got
Something
4
good, I hope.
terabytes into one of
Nope.
these. Got a big Chungo battery here. My drum streams, all the music and video come out of one of these iPods. And I
Taffy.
literally get like 2 weeks playing
Congrats on
all the
getting your
videos
taffy.
out of these. It's insane. And
I'd rather
shout
use a
out to
brick.
Elite
Oh my
Obsolete
God.
Store. Right, he's been doing it since before it was cool. You know, I went to him
Wait, what
for
is this?
advice in his store.
Elite
right, and he's
Obsolete Electronics. Hold up, chat. Elite Obsolete Electronics. I wonder if this motherfucker can make me an iPod with Wow, holy shit. Hold up, let's go to this site for a second, chat. Let's browse the iPods, huh? Atomic pre-built iPod. What does that fucking mean? cool looking, these are like those clear cases, huh? Oh, dude, this rules. 7th gen iPod Nano. Whoa. I forgot they made these. Do you guys remember these? They were like tiny iPod touches. The button. Getting rid of the button on the iPod and the iPhone was like the biggest travesty Apple ever did. Honestly. 3rd gen iPod Nano is probably the one I had. These ones. Yes, this little blue one. That was what I had. I used to listen to heavy metal off of this. 8 gigabytes. Yeah. That's what it was. I wonder... iPod Classic. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my god. I wonder how big. Create your own iPod Classic. 160 gigs isn't bad. Baseplate color. I want to see if they can make like a rose gold color. There's gotta be something that can make a rose gold iPod. Oh, dude. 250 for like a custom thing like this with that much storage is not bad. It's not bad. I'm gonna be peeping this later, honestly. Old iPod Touch. Oh my god, I forgot they finished up the iPod Shuffles too. These things were cool. These things were pretty cool, like as a concept. This is like the modern equivalent of a spot, or this is the 2000s equivalent of what the modern day Spotify playlist is. You know what I mean? These things were like little algorithmic shuffle machines. They were cool. A couple friends out. And they were cheap too. They were like $50, you know? They didn't have much storage. Old iPod minis. Yeah, what was the old iPod mini? Yeah. I had a red one of these. That's a cool, like, sparkle. Oh, it comes with an SD card. Oh, shit. Oh, dog, this is cool. This is really cool. What is it? An atomic pre-built, like... I just want to, like, message this thing and see, like, if they can make this shit with, like, a rose gold. But yeah, we're going to check that later.
I've been doing it since before it was cool. You know, I went to him for advice before I started this channel. And he's the guy who's got all the cool cases. Look at this. Yep, you know, because it's a funeral, mate. Solemn, black, no words, mass respect. And it's getting 512 gigs put in it. This is actually going to be a slam.
Because, yeah, that's the thing. SD cards are so underrated.
So look at the corpse. Ooh, everything feels stuck together for some reason.
Ugh, it's gross.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my
Was this
god.
thing underwater? Yep, this is festy. This is disgusting. First thing I'm gonna do is try and get this drive to work. But I won't be mad if it doesn't. This is the creme de la creme of batteries. Oh
Holy
no,
shit, dude.
that ribbon cable's cut. This thing is junk. What a horrible iPod. What does it do?
Sadly, I could never own an iPod 2 Pro, but I used to use the shuffle for my friends. Yeah, I only had like a couple iPods. And I think I probably, my parents like agreed to get them for me because I like didn't have a phone, you know? Because I feel like once I got my first phone, that NV2, I think after that I never got iPods again, you know? Like I just stuck with my Nano, which was the last one I had.
Well,
and I got an iPod Touch, actually.
So let me just
I think that was the last one I had.
Away the sadness. Wow! Okay, that drive is absolutely gone. This whole back case is useless, and even this is hideously disgusting. Look at the
foul shit, dude.
These screws are so rusted that I can't actually... Alright, boys, do you want the bad news or the... There's only bad news. Someone's had a go at this already, and that has been so rounded off.
Holy shit!
It's over. Not giving up on my boy. It's just deteriorating before my very eyes. You betcha I'm gonna fight for this nugget. The trick is to cut towards. Away. Oh, it broke around the bolt. Oh, I didn't have to do that.
Eesh.
Yeah. Wow, filth even got under the screen. That screw is going to be an issue. I'm sure someone's like, oh, you can cut a slot in and do it. No, I don't care. It is so unbelievably rotted out. I'm going to come up with another.
Got a velvet.
Let's begin the beautification. Doesn't matter.
How many velvets do you have now?
It's just got to look good. Hey, look. Cut out a little divot.
I should put an iPod in the pond.
Looks good. Alright, this is when the episode starts to spiral a bit. So, like, I want to use this very solemn, respectable back, you know, because funeral. And, like, it doesn't have the bits in it. And the bits that came with this are junk and destroyed. So now here I am taking this pod, which that's what they're worth now. Just to rob these bits, despite the fact that this is a better pod than this. This is all inside out. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Opening up the superior...
Wait, why would you not just put the new plates on the working one instead of fixing this one? Why? Why?
Oh dear.
Oh, you caught a
Okay.
marina. My
There we go.
chickens.
I know the back's gonna get scratched for wrestling on here. Well, welcome to the jungle. Filthy rag, save the day. Well, that only took 2
Why would he
minutes.
put this much effort into rebuilding this shitty broken one with no parts? And like, why would he not just put the plates on the other one?
This will have to do. You got a slither of foam to keep the guts off the other guts. All right, before we get too far ahead, let's see if this idiot even does anything. All right, time for scratches. Come on, you dingus. Come on. Boot
Oh,
for daddy.
That's what happens when you turn an iPad. Oh, never mind.
Ooh. Okay, that. If it was ready to be formatted, it would. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, it begins. It begins. Gosh,
Oh,
many of these.
you got a rare one. What do we got?
Interesting.
Oh, you got a Stella. Let's go.
Lucy's iPod.
Rest in peace, Stella. She's visited the graduated realm.
Movies? None. TV shows?
Hold up. Did he just show what music was on it? Hold up. I've watched many restoration videos. The one with no dialogue are awesome. They're relaxing, yeah. A lot of ABBA.
It's full of ABBA. Movies? None. TV shows? None. Podcast? The Lawyer Podcast.
The Lawyer
Good
Podcast.
choice. Queens of Stonehenge, good choice. Last played 2008, 2009. Wow. Works. Oh, does it lock and unlock?
Oh my god, I forgot about the do not disconnect thing.
Yes. Come on, read my card.
Wow. That's nostalgic. It's gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? We're just skipping ahead.
Dang it. Ah, that's good. Oh, that's very good. Come on, let me
Ooh.
do it. You are plugged into a computer. Let
Oh,
me
9
do it.
takes me back. No, right?
Man. Hang on. It's frozen.
Oh my god, that's right. You reset an iPod by pressing the middle button in menu
yes,
and
yes.
holding
Come on,
them
come on,
for
come on,
like
come on.
30 seconds. What a fucking era, chat. Holy shit.
All right, that's it. I'm going to offer this to the cashies pod. And if it works, it takes it, and you miss out. We don't need that.
Well, you got Germarat, Cody. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Oh, and straight away.
Oh shit.
Straight away, mate. Restore me pod. Yeah, just do it. Oh, go, you beauty. Hey, yeah, baby. Go, cashies.
Oh, the little bar at the bottom that fills up.
What a beast. Oh, that is.
Oh, you got Marina throwing it back. That's a really rare one. Let's go.
Bluetooth mode. Auxiliary mode.
There she is. Well, oh, my pixel.
What the
And
hell?
for good old time's sake, mate, it's been a while.
They
since
got
I've
all the
seen
Shrek on the
There you go.
iPod.
Isn't that fun, mate? It's Shrek on a dingus.
Bluetooth mode.
Don't interrupt me. It passes the test in my books. I wanted the purple, but you saw what happened to the purple. It actually looks really neat in just all black. So
That is
there you go.
cool,
It's
yeah.
The darkness pod, because it was birthed.
Yeah, I would listen to The Cure and Bauhaus
it's
on
playing
there.
Shrek
Get
as
all
the-
goth and shit.
Rest in peace, you sweet dingus. And those of you wishing that like Apple would just take like the budget of a
Right on the go-
smartphone
yeah,
and just
right?
give it a good enough screen.
Classic,
Who
you
cares
can't
about
go wrong with
cameras?
Shrek.
Give it as many ports and headphone jacks and the biggest battery to last all day that's possible. It's being done.
Let's watch this next one. Why the iPod is so popular. This is something I was talking about recently. Zoomers are gonna freak for the iPod market again. I'm telling you, Apple is missing a big bag.
Likely not surprised. There's been this little niche sub-trend kind of going on where people are choosing to pick up iPods or Zunes or similar devices like that, single-use music players. But why exactly is that? What is making people pick up a device like this, which in some models is over 20 years old? And folks, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
20 years old. I don't like hearing that. I don't like having to actually process that thought.
To cut down on your technology usage, sometimes by using other technologies, like the iPod. Let's get into it. The original iPod came out in October of 2001. It wasn't the first MP3 player. There was something that came out of Japan, I think that was the first one. But what it was it was the first MP3 player that was
you,
able
Steve.
to hold 1,000 songs, which was a huge thing at the time.
And
I
I
actually remember
freaked
my
it.
grandma had a really small
Apple.
MP3 player at the time.
Give them
and
what
I
they
think
want?
you could only
Nah.
hold 60-something songs. That was impressive at the time, honestly. So when the iPod came out, it blew that thing out of the water. People were obviously impressed by the iPod.
This guy's got a nice beard, I can't lie. It's very full.
Phenomenon. And for such a small,
Oh my god! Remember the old iPod promo art? Like these? Pause. Oh fuck, it's in the corner. Remember these like iPod promo arts where it was like silhouettes on like bright colors in the background? They were so cool.
And for such a small, unique device, it was also rather long-lasting with a 10-hour...
Yeah, yo, this motherfucker look... No. You know who this guy looks like? Hold up. He fucking looks like the No Man's Sky guy. Hold up. No, chat. Tell me right now that this isn't... Tell me right now that this isn't the same guy with longer hair and longer beard and bluer eyes. This is the same guy. This is Sean No Man's Sky. He do look like Alan Wake too, though.
Because 23 years later, people are still using the iPod today. iPods were huge at the time. It was really spectacular. It was a really crazy thing at the time.
How? Wait, what?
To hold basically your entire music collection for some people in your pocket. But once the iPhone and other smartphones came out and really came to prominence, they became the de facto way of listening to music on the go, and the iPod just sort of faded out over time. An iPod that looked like this hasn't really been in production for a very long while. They made touchscreen ones for a while, namely the iPod Touch, but even that's gone as well. It was discontinued in 2022. I was honestly kind of surprised that the iPod...
That's what I thought, 2022, like
but even though the
early
iPod is no
2022,
longer
I
in
think.
production, a lot of people are reaching for these types of devices once again. In fact, there's a decent used market for these, and an iPod like this can actually command a pretty good price.
Pretty cool, like
Sometimes as much as
slate
they cost
black
new. So let's get into
on
the
that
reasons
one
why I
too.
think people are choosing
It's like
to
a
pick up a
cool
device like the
design.
iPod once again. So the number one reason why I think people are picking up the iPod once again is just because of the nostalgia factor. This was a cultural...
I mean, that's a
phenomenon when it
big
first
thing
came
for...
out. I remember the iPod commercials back
These!
in the day.
That's what I was talking about.
Droves of people walking around
Yeah.
with those white earbuds when they first came out. My first iPod was the iPod Shuffle, and it was basically just a USB stick. With
I forgot about the first one. Yeah, wow.
12 megabytes, I think, which was pretty crazy for me, and I packed tons of my favorite songs on that thing. But people are generally just very nostalgic for the iPod. And of course,
I think like
it's a fun
cultural
device. It has
nostalgia
that
is like the
signature
biggest
kind
thing
of
for like
clean Apple
Zoomers, you know.
interface. And its interface was, I think, crucial for giving that reputation.
Also, yeah, the interface on the iPod was fucking
And
exceptional, the
body of
user
the iPod
interface.
also has a very cool look to it. It's got a retro feel. Like, it obviously doesn't feel like the newest thing ever, but it also just has a way of kind of feeling up to date, even though it is an older thing. But that's kind of the effect that Apple has, I think, generally. If you can think of those big Apple
Damn,
desktop
chat.
computers. I remember...
We got another ad break coming up in a couple minutes, so I'm just gonna run it because I need to get more water anyway. Y'all know how this works by now. Once an hour, we have to run 3 minutes of ads because I can't turn them off. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. I would appreciate everybody sticking through and keeping the numbers up, because I'm trying to grow this year. I'm almost bigger than the ops, know what I'm saying? It prevents you guys from having to watch random ads in the middle of the stream and ads when you first join, because everybody fucking hates those. And it gives us all a good opportunity to get up, go to the bathroom, get some water, get some snacks, do some stretches, because it's not good to sit at the computer all fucking day. I'll tell you that firsthand. So we're gonna hit that BRB. I would appreciate everybody sticking around. If you're subscribed, you get to listen to the fun music I made with the silly animation. If you're not, maybe consider dropping a Prime sub if you have it. You get one free Prime sub a month. So if not, it's no biggie. Just sitting around through the ads is still a huge help. So we're gonna hit those ad break, and we'll be back in 3 minutes to keep watching this MP3 player nostalgia. Be right back. Wait, hold up. Tech gurus, guys, the future is smartphones over glorified calculator. Not that smart. Yeah, no, right? True. Anyways, we'll be right back. Stick around, everybody.
could take two strangers leaning left and right at a certain place and time. Like you took these strangers and our two strange lives, made us new, took us through it, woke us up. I believe that no matter what, make us new, take us through it, wake us up again. We won't be the same now, but you will make something new, and it'll take you through this. You can take two strangers leaning left and right at a certain place and time. Like you took these strangers and our two strange
Hi chat. Thank you so much for sticking through the ad break. I really appreciate it. Like I said, it helps me grow, and it's a free and easy way to support the channel, and it prevents you guys from having to watch pesky ads that interrupt the streams. So appreciate everybody sticking through. Let's keep I hope everybody, by the way, was able to get up and at least get some stretches in, if not some water and maybe a potty break and maybe a little snack. But yeah, we're gonna keep watching this MP3 video stuff because this is like, I think we're all having fun with this. This is like a fun little trip down memory lane and kind of fascinating shit, honestly.
Somebody I know had one, and it was like green, and it was see-through, and you could
Those
see
things
in the back of the computer.
These
I think
these
it's such
computers,
a-
they had these at my school library when I was a kid. They had one of them. No, they had two of them. And we had Windows in the regular computer
Grew
class.
up with the iPod, and they just want to connect with that feeling once again. When I was growing up, I watched a lot of Digimon, and I had a green Digivice that I actually had since I was a kid.
Is that like a
I recently
Tamagotchi?
sold it, and somebody gave me like $100.
Oh, not
for it
Tamagotchi,
because
Tama-
people are just
Tamagotchi?
still So
Is that what they were called?
nostalgic for that stuff that they grew up with.
That type of vibe? Is that what that was? Like a Digimon Tamagotchi?
This way. The funny thing is
Having
that there's
fun?
a lot
Let's
of people who
go!
are Gen Z as well who are picking up the iPod. Many are going for early models of the iPod that they personally wouldn't have had growing up. But I think
True.
people are just nostalgic for simpler tech generally. Things
True.
that you might not have even grown up with that you just connect with because it's less connected. And I can relate to that as well because I have a rotary phone and I didn't grow up with a rotary phone.
Rotary
The fact that
phone.
I can still use my rotary phone.
This
using
dude
my
lives in
phone to
Brooklyn,
do
you
that.
can
I'll
fucking
link to a video
tell.
above where I show how it's really cool. It's cool that certain old
Digimon
devices
started
like
as a
this can
Tamagotchi
still
like
be
game.
put
Did
in
it really? I didn't know that.
Android. The fact that an old device that
Tech
kind
should
of
be something- no, it
harkens
really
back
should.
to a simpler time, at least a simpler time in technology that can still be used today, that's really cool. So it's cool. People are
I
nostalgic.
mean, some tech should be
This is the
simple. I
second
just
reason why I think people are
I
choosing
just think
to pick up the
streaming
iPod
is not
once
the
again.
future of
Is
music.
People are looking to enjoy music and listen to music digitally, but they want to do it in a way that isn't involving a smart device and the distractions.
So this
that go
is
along with it.
the idea of distraction in music is really fascinating as well because I feel like I've been in many situations in the last couple years where I have felt like a fucking insane person for simply listening to music the way it was intended to be listened to. Back in 2022 or 2022, I went on a date and I asked like what I thought was like a normal question to my date. Date went well, by the way. Like we were a thing for like a couple months and then just realized like we weren't really fit for each other, but like it was mostly the distance. But I asked what I thought was like a really normal fucking question to ask and would have been a normal question just a couple years ago. I asked them, what is your favorite album of all time? Which is like a normal fucking question. You could ask your mom that and she would tell you. You know what I mean? You know, I actually probably, if I were to ask my mom, just thinking about my mental image of my mother and like knowing what I know about her, she would probably tell me it's maybe Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. I would bet money if I were to ask my mom this, that's what she would say. But like, it's a normal question. You could ask a lot of people this, especially older generations. You know, anyone millennial and older would give you an answer probably, right? and I'm kind of on like the border-ish between like millennial and Zoomer. Definitely a millennial, but like probably on the younger half of it. I think like the cutoff is like 96 for Zoomer. I was born in 95, right? So, and the person I was dating at the time was like 20. I think at the time, what was it, 2022? So I was like 26 or 27. It was like early 22. So let's say I was 26 for the sake of it. I think they were like 24, maybe 23. So that there was still, I guess, a generational divide, which I didn't realize, I guess, because I asked them the simple question, what is your favorite album? And they couldn't fucking answer it. And to try to go with it, they pulled out their phone and started showing me Spotify playlists, and I just kind of fucking sat there just like, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly songs, great. Like, just like, she never heard a fucking album. Didn't know how to answer the question. I was like, dog, what the fuck? Like, it's fine. It's cool. Consume your media however you want. But it made me feel insane for the first time in like a generational way where I was just like, what? Young people don't listen to albums. They listen to Spotify playlists. Like it didn't, I never realized it until that moment where it was like, yeah, streaming services have like changed the way that people fucking consume media. They listen to Spotify algorithms. Yeah, Spotify uses the word album. They have albums on there, but like when people are just, I guess, consuming music, I mean, it's the same way where like it's always been in such a way where like normies, to use the word, in let's say the era of the iPod, right? Normies listened to whatever was popular in all generations, all decades. Normies just kind of listen to whatever is the most popular thing going on, right? So like late 2000s, you know, normies probably had a couple Lady Gaga songs on their phone, and they probably had a couple, whatever, like Kings of Leon or whatever the fuck was popular back then. Hi, King Elf, how's it going? But like, they probably didn't have the full Fame Monster album on their phone, you know? They probably just had like not Born This Way, like fucking Poker Face and Just Dance, you know? Like, it's always been that way sort of where they don't really consume albums, but like, I think back 10, 15 years ago, you could ask someone what their favorite album is and they would still probably give you an answer. Whereas these days, a younger person, you know, under the age of like 25, doesn't know what the fuck an album is. Well, they know what an album is, but they might not be able to answer it. They would probably be able to tell you their favorite songs, their favorite artists, but would they know their favorite artist's best album? You know what I mean? It's a very strange concept, and like, it's a mission of mine to kind of change that again. That's why I'm like kind of talking about this. It's because it's like, it's weird, and it just feels like you wouldn't go on Netflix and watch one episode of a TV show picked at random. You know what I mean? You're not going to watch a movie and only skip ahead to one scene in it. You know? Why do we treat music differently? Why is it that when we get older, you know? Why is it that when we get older, we stop listening to new music and only watch new movies and new TV shows, but we stop listening to new music? Why do we treat music as a medium of media different than TV, than movies, you know? People stop listening to new music, and it's weird to me. I don't know why. I mean, again, this is the deep musician in me speaking on this stuff, but like, it's just weird, because to me, finding new music gives me life. Like, let me go in my iTunes right now. What have I been listening to? The new Igloo Ghost album that just came out is fucking amazing. It's so good. There's this Taiwanese indie punk band called Midnight Ping Pong. I just found out they put out an album last year, so I'm listening to that. Their first album from a couple years ago was awesome. The new Memorial Clover Z album just came out. I have recently been getting into Parliament and Funkadelic, discovering these older albums. They're great. I've never admittedly listened to the Rich Forever mixtape by Rick Ross. Finding that recently has given me a lot of joy. So like, I love finding new music, whereas it seems like a lot of other people just like fucking don't, and it's just weird, man. I don't know. Maybe I am the weird one, but like, if I'm the weird one, everyone else is fucking weird to me then. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. Fine, how are you? I'm good. We're yapping about MP3 players today and music preservation and apparently albums now. 35 my favorite rememberable album was Gorillaz, the first one. What was that? Was that Demon Days? I never got too into Gorillaz. I have a lot of friends who love them, and I remember they were placed like front and center in so many advertisements for the iPod Nano, that one album. I think it was Demon Days. No Jeopardy for you. Yeah.
If you want to hear about smart devices and the distractions that come along with it, take a poke around my channel, because that's pretty much what I talk about around here. What do you do with that?
Don't care, keep talking about it.
Wherever you go. If you just want your phone to come with you on an errand.
Whatever, let's move on to the next one. Why I stopped using Spotify and you should too. This is one that I think is going to resonate with my vibes. Can we fucking skip these fucking ads?
I've been a loyal customer of Spotify.
Oh, talking about albums. This is a great album here. Fear of Fear by Spirit Box. I asked someone about Spirit Box recently, and they didn't even know some of the songs. They just knew the singles. And I was like, all right, cool. You should listen to Hurt You. It's a great song, you know?
For over a decade. My friends use it, my family use it, and all of my smart home tech supports it. Except for, well, you know. But this isn't what you think it is. So in this video, I want to run you through sizing up the undisputed world's best music.
Another great album. So Much for Stardust by Fall Out Boy. I was listening to Fall Out Boy today. And you know what I was doing? I wasn't playing them on shuffle. I was listening to Folie à Deux, their best album, the whole way through. Fucking love that record.
Streaming service Spotify against another.
So Much for Stardust is a great comeback record too,
and
man.
explain why me, someone who enjoys using an Android phone, is
I hated the two albums before that, the 3 albums before that.
Android phone. Now I'm gonna do this in 2 parts, starting with Spotify. And the one thing that many people say about Spotify is that it is great at personalization and recommendations. And I don't disagree. I've actually found Spotify is far better in terms of recommending new music that I actually like. Like, my go-tos are the Discover Weekly playlist, where I genuinely find new artists.
Like, I never use this type of stuff. Maybe I'm like too ADHD for it, you know? Where like, I feel like a lot of people think about like listening to like different songs by different artists all in like one sitting. They think of that as like kind of an attention ADHD type thing. Like, ADHD people really love just skipping around songs and stuff. To me, I'm the type of ADHD where I want to hyper focus on one album. So I almost never listen to like algorithmic playlists like this, mostly because I listen to a lot of Periphery, and I do not want that fucking piece of shit algorithm to tell me that I would like Sleep Token, because I don't. That shit is just Imagine Dragons, and I'm glad people like them. I like the one song that I heard, and then the guy started singing like Imagine Dragons, and I was like, I think I'm good, but I still don't want them being recommended to me.
Every so often. And the Release Radar playlist, where I can hear new tracks from all of my favourite artists, although it has been giving me some quite weird recommendations recently. And I switch back and forth between these, along with listening to my like songs.
Yeah, Spirit Box. I like Spirit Box, so it'll tell me to listen to Sleep Token, and I'm like, I don't want to. Please don't.
Curated playlists, which are one of my favourites being the Upside Down playlist. Remember that from Stranger Things? Which basically gives you your own music that you like listening to. But
hate Spotify. Why I don't do subscription, and I hate that they need to put other music in front of my music that I want to be like. One of the worst things that Spotify does, it'll like take, like when you first open up the app, right, and it's on like, where's that screen? When it's on like this screen, right, it'll take up all the way down to like here with a banner advertisement covering this whole part that's just like, Fall Out Boy is playing a concert near you. Click here to learn more, and then there's the tiniest X in the world in the corner, so that when you try to click the X, it'll just click on the fucking thing and be like, the Fall Out Boy concert in like 300 miles away from you. Buy tickets now. And it's just like, dog, I don't live anywhere near here. I pay for your shit to not have ads. This is a fucking ad. Get rid of it. I hate that shit.
How in new tracks that you haven't heard before, so you get like a great mix of new and old stuff.
I saw a really good album right there. Hold up, where is it? Talking about deep cut album type shit. Where was it? Right here. Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner by Iron Maiden from the Somewhere in Time album. Fucking primo, top 3 Iron Maiden albums. I fucking love that shit.
Haven't heard before. So you get like a great mix of new and old stuff in just one place. You've
Amon
got
Amarth, Deceiver of the Gods,
playlist
record
called
too.
Spotify
That was on
Curated
there.
For you, like Spotify Wrapped comes up every Christmas, and all of your top songs from each year, which I do.
DX that dooms us all know for real. Oh, Igor, Tyler the Creator, also great record.
Last year or the years before. Now Apple
I got
does
that one
have
on
this
vinyl.
feature, which they copied from Spotify. But as you can see, I only have 2018 and 2023, which is when I first started using Apple Music, and 2023 when I started using it again.
Why would you have
Apple
2
does also
streaming
have a
services?
Discovery radio type
There's
station,
no
but
difference.
I've
They don't
not
even
found
have different
recommendations on
libraries,
there
really.
As good as Spotify. There's also my own personal station, which mostly is just tracks that you add to your library. But there's nothing really built in for new releases, other than specifically playing the new released albums or tracks you're interested in listening to. And I think
Less than,
this
oh my
comes
god,
down
Less Than Jake. I forget what that album's called. It's not in with it. Is that in Without Crowd? What is that album called? Hold up. That's the one with Welcome Home Outcast. It was like one of my favorite albums in high school. What the fuck is this album called with the orange album cover? It's the one with like Science is Selling Yourself Short. That's such a good fucking record. Anthem. It's called Anthem. I loved that album in high school. Shout out to ska punk music.
Spotify measure what you listen to. With Spotify, you can heart a song, which adds it to your like songs playlist.
I never do that on Spotify
Whereas with
either.
Apple, you can add tracks to your library, but you can also heart a song separately, which in some cases, in many cases, is actually really tricky to find. Like when listening to the Discover station.
That's the thing too with Apple Music when I was using it. I did not understand how that fucking interface was so clunky and buried between like tiny little menus to do simple tasks. I just
on
couldn't
mobile,
do it.
There's no visible heart to click on to tell Apple that you like what you're listening to. You have to kind of go digging around
Oh,
for
you
it.
got the
And even
Stella
on mobile,
Chibi. Let's
it's kind of
go.
small and
A
out
new
of the way as well.
record.
That's what she...
Now, the other thing I do like about Spotify is, if you have kids, there is a way to prevent your kids' music from messing with your recommendations, because you can exclude songs and even whole playlists from your profile. So you
pretty
and your
smart.
kids can listen to Disney in your car or something on your account.
If only there was a way to exclude it from Last
Then
FM
give you
scrolling.
more Disney music in your recommendations.
I used
For some reason,
to work at a summer camp at my local elementary school that I went to when I was a kid. Kind of in my late teenage years and early 20s, right up until before the pandemic. In the summer, I was like an arts and crafts teacher, and I was in that little arts and crafts room. We would have to play like kids music for the kids and stuff, and we would just like pull it up on Spotify, play it over the Bluetooth speaker, and it would always show up on my Last FM chart every week, and motherfuckers would be like, why were you listening to the Blues Clues soundtrack so much? And I was like, listen. I didn't listen to Let It Go from Frozen this much. It was it was a job. What are we learning here? We're still talking about music preservation, anti-streaming stuff, and I think this is gonna end up being a video about like MP3 players probably. This guy's talking about ditching streaming services.
And because I listen to Gary V podcasts, sometimes it decides to add V.
Once we're done with this, we're gonna play some
music
Stellar
into
Blade, though.
recommendations, which is just awful. You also get great features such as Spotify Connect, which lets so many, like an unlimited number of third-party apps and headphones and speakers from hooking into Spotify.
And they're bringing it to
There's
Napster? No,
Spotify
for
Tap
real.
as well, which lets you jump straight to your favorite playlist at the touch of a button on some headphones. There's also podcasts and the latest announcement of Spotify, which is bringing audiobooks to Spotify premium subscribers at no additional cost. Now, for someone like me who pays for Audible, I am loving that announcement. But with all of those features, there is still something I've come across, which means that now when I head to the gym or sit down to do some work, I fire up Apple Music and not Spotify. And for some insane reason, it's something that works better on an Android phone than it does even on an iPhone. Now, it's not just one thing either, but a collection of things. Now, the first one is high quality, lossless audio. Now, this one was sprung on me recently
This
when
is
I
a
hopped into my
placebo.
car
You were
and
lying
thought,
to yourself,
just
my
for
guy.
shits and giggles, let's play some music from Apple Music today instead of Spotify. Now, I just got Apple Music for free through my phone contract, so I thought I might as well just see if it's gotten any better since I last tried it. And
It's the same, bro.
sound that came out of my car speakers that morning was noticeably louder and clearer than on Spotify. So much so that I instantly hopped back over to Spotify to compare it. And yeah, it was quieter, it was lower quality.
Spotify has lower quality by default. You have to go into the settings, but this guy's lying to himself.
And to cut a long story short, Apple Music has higher quality and lossless audio music. Spotify does not. Yet. Now, I say yet because Spotify announced they'd be releasing a higher quality subscription. Yes, one you'll have to pay even more for. With no
That is
signs
a
of
scam. They are making you
reality.
pay
They
more
announced
for
it 2 years
nothing.
ago. So,
I'm
if you are an Apple
chat.
user, it's
I am a professional audio engineer. I am telling you this right now. it is a lie. I do this for a living. This is my job. I every single time I send a file to a client, I send them a WAV file, which is the most lossless export from the session you can get. And I also compress myself down that WAV file to MP3 320, which is the highest quality MP3 you can get. And if you go higher than that, it doesn't make a difference. If you go lower, it does. But I always tell them, I recommend using the WAV file when you're a streamer or whatever, if you want looping BGM, because MP3 files don't seamlessly loop. They always have a tiny bit of silence between them. WAV files do loop. That's why I send the waves, though. I tell them that it is not because of the quality, but it is because of the loop factor. But yeah, like, I'm a professional. I do this for a living. I've been doing this for about 15 years. Lossless audio, 9 times out of 10, is a scam. 99 times out of 100 is a scam. That 1% is a vinyl record when it is produced on analog hardware. That's it.
It's pretty straightforward to say you slap on a pair of AirPods and use Apple Music
Also,
to
Beats
get
by
the
Dre
best
are not
quality.
higher quality either. They just feel
Except-
nice and look nice.
No, because none of Apple's headphones, not even their flagship AirPod Max headphones, currently support
Also, that
lossless
Dolby
audio.
Atmos
You
thing
literally
is a
have to buy
scam too.
pair
Don't
of
believe in that shit either,
£19
chat.
wireless earpods, because the Bluetooth codecs inside all of the Apple products doesn't support it. Over on Android, it's a different story though, with an ever-growing list of devices which support something called Snapdragon Sound, which can play high-resolution, lossless, low-latency audio over Bluetooth. Now, surprisingly, the Android devices that support it aren't the ones you commonly think of. The Nothing Phone 2, for example, was the one that I was really most surprised to see on the list as a relatively budget option, along with a long list
Nice
of
super
Sony
speed.
and Xiaomi phones. Nothing from
I like
Google,
Dolby
nothing
Atmos.
from Samsung.
Yeah, but
it
it's
is
not
yet
really,
another benefit of using an Android phone,
beneficial
along with
thing.
many others I've come across recently. Now, not only is it better quality, but Apple Music also has a ton of Dolby Atmos tracks, which are mixed specifically in Dolby Atmos,
See?
rather than kind of processed to fake it, like there are instruments positioned around you in 360 degrees, which sounds great on some tracks. Apple Music also has additional features like iTunes Match, which is this service.
Here's the thing, chat. You ever hear about surround sound these days? Like 5-1 or 7-1 or 9-1 surround sound these days? You don't hear about it a lot because it was a trend that was nothing more than just a trend. Atmos is their new version of the trend. That's why they don't talk about Dolby surround sound anymore. They talk about Dolby Atmos. It's a fucking scam.
This way you can.
If you're paying more for it, you're being scammed. If you're just using it to use it, whatever. It's cool. If you're not paying more for it. If it's like with what you got, go for it. Don't pay more for it. That's all I'm saying.
Upload
Don't
your
pay more
whole
for
music
Tidal,
library
for
to the
lossless
cloud and
music
access
either.
it on any other device. Now,
Ooh,
this is
congrats
great
on the
if you
Yuri
have, like, a
Nesaberry.
huge music collection that at one time maybe you ripped it from CDs. Perhaps you have a ton
I've
of
never been to an
B-sides
IMAX
and
movie.
rarities that don't exist
Actually,
on the streaming
surprisingly.
platforms already. Or
I hear
perhaps
they're
even your own
cool.
music. You can just literally rip your whole library up to the cloud and access it on
The
any
Cody
device.
Scrunkly.
You get Apple Classical, which is a separate app, again, for high-res, lossless classical music. There's a separate app for podcasts. You've got Sing, which is a whole like karaoke system built into Apple Music where you
Yeah,
can
it's
just
more useless
turn
trends.
down the singing
Yeah.
volume of pretty much any track.
Oh my
so
god,
you
I
can
forgot
sing
about the
along. You also
Beatles
get Apple
AI
Radio,
song.
along
That
with
shit
some
sucked,
exclusive
dude.
interviews. I just listened to the Blink-182 interview with Zane Lowe, but then I also realized that Blink had uploaded that video to their YouTube channel, so perhaps not that exclusive. Now, I think the only negative experience I've had so far with Apple Music is that one of the new releases I saw
AKA
on
not Trimax
Spotify
games. I have no
didn't
idea,
appear on Apple
honestly.
Music until like a few days
Here's the
later.
thing.
But it
Someone, again, in that little Reddit argument, someone talked to me about comparing like video and stuff like that. I don't know shit about video. I never claimed to know shit about video, so like I can't speak on it. I do know shit about audio though. I think I know quite a bit about audio. A big content creator the other day called me the best music producer in the VTuber industry though. So I mean, I'm worth something, you know. But video, I don't know shit about. Is the hot take to say I don't like much of the Beatles and groan when people bring them up? It's okay to not like them. Maybe groaning might be a bit too much. I think I mean, again, I'm the music producer of the bunch, but like, yeah, I think there's some really fucking exceptional Beatles records. It's never the ones. Here's the thing. I don't like anything the Beatles put out before I think it was Rubber Soul. I forget the order. I know Rubber Soul came out and then Revolver came out after, or the other way around. I forget which, but like that era. I don't like anything before that, like fucking Help and all that shit. I don't like it. Hard Day's Night, hate it. Rubber Soul is their first great record though, and everything after that is quite good until Let It Be, because Let It Be kind of fucking sucks. The like early 2000s version of Let It Be though was really good. The one that Paul McCartney recommissioned the production for. It's fucking fantastic. But honestly, they are influential though. Like there's no denying how fucking influential they are. They influenced oh my god. They influenced recording techniques. They influenced tape splicing. Oh my god, the story behind the tape splice in Strawberry Fields Forever is so cool. They influenced the use of synthesizers and mellotron in music. They influenced the usage of heavy 1176 style compression. They influenced limiting a master bus. They influenced Jesus Christ. They influenced like the creation of like psych rock and heavy metal and chamber pop and like so many genres of music. Granted, I think the Beach Boys influenced more. I think the Beach Boys as a band are infinitely better than the Beatles. Let's compare. Hold up. The Beatles wiki. Okay. We can probably easily get to the Beach Boys from here. Because this is a special interest of mine now. So, Beatles discography. Everything from Please Please Me up until Help fucking sucks. Rubber Soul's amazing. Revolver, awesome. Sgt. Pepper's, top 10 all time. Magical Mystery Tour, if you count it as an album, because it was originally a double EP, and then they re-released it as an EP, as an LP with the other singles. Which honestly, the LP version with side 2. I mean, listen, the first side, right, of the LP version, Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, and I'm the Walrus. Great collections of songs. Obviously, like Fool on the Hill, I'm the Walrus are like the best ones, but like, look at the B side of the LP version. Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, All You Need Is Love. That is a fucking banger track list. Genuinely, I think Magical Mystery Tour is the better, more perfected version of Sgt. Pepper's, and I know a lot of people would hate me saying that, but like, it's so good. White Album is actually kind of a piece of shit. I actually fucking hate the White Album. It's too long. Literally, cut out fucking Bungalow Bill. I fucking hate Martha My Dear. Cut out Rocky Raccoon. Don't Pass Me By is like okay, but like, why don't we do it on the road sucks. Where's fucking Wild Honey Pie? Awful. Honey Pie's terrible. Revolution 1's terrible. Savoy Truffle's awful. Revolution 9 is influential in like music concrete, but like it's still a pretty awful fucking song. Like it's a bloated shit ass album, but While My Guitar Gently Weeps is great. Glass Onion's amazing. Obla Di Obla Da is awesome. Back in the USSR and Helter Skelter basically invented heavy metal. There's some really good shit on there, but. And Yellow Submarine I wouldn't even count as an album. That's a shitty-ass soundtrack. Abbey Road, obviously great. I don't even know what the fuck... I don't know why Past Masters counts, but... So, like, when you really look at the best Beatles albums, if you don't want to count Magical Mystery Tour, Yellow Submarine, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 perfect albums. Every other album has a flaw. However... You look at the Beach Boys discography, and a lot of people don't know the Beach Boys discography that well. They're similar to the Beatles, where their first couple albums kind of fucking suck. They start to get really good around the Beach Boys today, even though it's still mostly cover songs. They still got a little more instrumental on here. Actually, no, Party was the cover songs album. This one was like some of their first fully original stuff. I mean, Do You Want to Dance is a great like 50s rocker song. Hi, Stella. Oh my God, Stella, have you caught yourself yet? They've been catching you all night. Let me give Stella a shout out. Our favorite retired VTuber. But like, here's the thing. Everyone knows Pet Sounds, right? You got Yuri, let's go. Yeah, the fish resets every 60 seconds. You can catch a new fish. Obviously, Pet Sounds, probably one of the best albums ever made. But after that is where it kind of falls off. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the following like 6 or 7 albums from there are fucking amazing. Smiley Smile obviously gets a little bit of flack because it is the lo-fi version of the unfinished Smile album, which if this came out would be the best album ever made, just bar none, all-time best album ever made. But like even that, Wild Honey, also kind of seen as the successor to Smile, but that Smiley Smile basically invented lo-fi bedroom pop. I mean, it's right there in the genre tags on the side. It fucking invented bedroom pop, basically. Because Brian Wilson was, like, going through psychosis at the time. Friends is a great album. Just super good, like, attempt at them doing early psych rock. 2020 is awesome, mostly because it was supposed to be a swing album originally, because they were really influenced by Sinatra at the time, which a lot of rock bands weren't doing. Sunflower invented fucking sunshine pop. Not just that, I think this is the album with All I Want to Do invented chillwave, which didn't become an actual genre until the early 2000s. The song came out in 1970. They invented chillwave 35 years before it got a name, you know? And they're great songs on that record. Surf's Up is look at the album cover. This album is brutally fucking dark. Nobody's ever really listened to it besides real music heads, but like when you get in between the Beatles and the Beach Boys, it's bar fucking none. We are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 banger albums in, and it doesn't even end there because Carl and the Passions, the first album without Brian Wilson, is also really fucking good, and it's got like old vintage R&B vibes to it. It was like their throwback to the 50s type of album. Not just that though, The Beach Boys' Love You 1977 was one of the first synth pop albums. This album straight up is, yeah, some people even call it a punk album. It is like late 70s, mostly synthesizers, a lot of Mini Moog, a lot of, I think they use the Oberheim 2 voice as well on this album. Such a fucking cool album, and almost the entire thing.
I bet remember you and I.
It's like the classic Beach Boys vocal harmony, but with like wonky ass synthesizers instead of guitars. And it was one of the first albums to ever do that. And again, it's Brian Wilson, Carl Wilson, Mike Love, Al Jardine, Beach Boys with like their incredible style of harmony and structure. It's, oh my fucking god, chat. If we're talking about the Beach Boys versus the Beatles, it's not even a fucking challenge. Sorry for going on my little special interest rant, but like, I don't think it can be understated how important the Beatles and the Beach Boys and their rivalry specifically are to the history of music, you know?
To be fair, it wasn't a big release, it was like a live EP, since I doubt Apple would miss out on the traffic when a big release drops.
Truly our music master, I mean, I hope I do it for a living.
Having everything all in one place with good recommendations that integrates with a load of
this video is basically over. He did not get to the point. This is the one I really wanted to get to. They're still making MP3 players, and I want to see this. All right, Linus, bring us home, buddy.
MP3 players? Those are still a thing? That's what Riley said when
Stella, are you still here? Stella, did you have an iPod when you were younger? What type of iPod did you have?
Suggested we do this video because, honestly though, why would you ever need or even want a separate device just for playing audio?
Which one's Linus? I've never watched these guys.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Except, of course, in those cases where it does make a lot of sense. Like, what if you don't want to strap a giant phablet to your arm when you go for a run? Or what if you want to listen to some tunes while you go swimming or something? Or
I'm surprised that none of these videos, however, so far have brought up the idea of music that just isn't on streaming services. Because for me, that's one of my biggest qualms with streaming is like there are amazing albums. Let me see if it's on YouTube, actually. I think one of the only ways you can listen to Malice Miser is on YouTube. It's probably going to be the live Merveille. Oh, no, there it is. The full Malice Miser Merveille album, just on YouTube in its entirety. One of the best albums ever made. Possibly the best album of the 90s. I bet motherfuckers in the comments are talking about how it's not on streaming. Anyone else remembering how hard it was and still is to get your hands on Malice Miser content? And Matt, I'm wondering how my 6th grade AOL dial-up ass was able to download it back then. Like, apparently TikTokers are starting to find out about them, which is crazy because like they aren't on streaming services. Literally though, if you guys have never, I'm putting the link in the chat. If you guys have never listened to this album, please fucking go listen to this album. It is so genuinely perfect. It is so genuinely perfect. They're literally one of the best bands ever. Hold up. We have to watch the video of Gact. Also, if you guys have ever heard of Gact, he was in Final Fantasy VII. He did a bunch of popular songs and a bunch of Japanese B-list movies. There's this one fucking part of the Merveille live video where he comes down. I'm not even going to say it. Let's just watch. Let's just watch. This is so incredible. One of the coolest live bands ever. They were more theater than a band, in a way. We need a video explaining to peeps why wired headsets, wireless in terms of quality, are better than wireless in terms of quality. No, for sure. Most or all of the tech YouTubers can't say something that edgy about streaming service. I mean, that's true. Gact will make us come by and say, no, for real. Yes, yeah, Gact also made YouTube sex tutorials. All right, we're going to skip past the part where the band walks back out. This was like their encore. They all came out with wings. They're so fucking extra. This is, chat, I swear to fucking God, this was the best band of the 90s. And Gact left this band to become a B-list actor instead and make exponentially worse music, even if Vanilla is kind of a classic. But come on, look at this shit. This is art. This is visual art. This isn't just music. It's not a concert, it's a fucking theater production. Alright, where's the part where Gact comes out? Yeah, here we go. This is when they play the song Le Ciel, also from the Merveille album. Visual K shows where the music is extra, but also cool as fuck. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what's so cool about Visual K. And that's what, like, a lot of the original Visual K people got really sick of modern VK because it became more about the image than the music. Whereas back then, during this era of VK, up until probably the mid-2000s, a lot of the best Visual K bands struck this perfect balance between visuals and great music. So many Visual K bands these days just sound the fucking same. They sound like just Versailles ripoffs or generic J-rock, or even worse, they sound like American metalcore bands. There's like a Visual K band getting popular right now among like metal fucking dorks because they basically just sound like basic-ass American deathcore. Dog. Literally the tightest fucking band ever. Come on now. Be so for fucking real right now. Dumb thing because I didn't know. Did Kiss influence that makeup idea, or did they get that from Japan? I would say Visual K was very much rooted around the same time as glam rock. Or like glam metal, I should say. It's similar, but different as well. I think a lot of Visual K, like if you look at old like ex-Japan stuff, like where's like the old video where they play like Blue Blood at that one festival? Some really old Ex-Japan videos, yeah, like stuff like this, you can see it right in the thumbnail. They were actually, Ex-Japan was the first Visual K band, by the way, debatably. Where's the one concert, like, this is the one I'm thinking of, where they played at like a festival, really low quality, holy shit, but when they get up close to the face, you can see. The makeup was actually not inspired by like Kiss or glam rock, rather it was inspired by Kabuki. So it actually predates Kiss by like a couple hundred years. Oh my god, dude, Ex-Japan was so fucking sick. Yeah, like you can see like just the makeup style is much more. Oh, this is Kurenai. This isn't. Where's the one video? It was at that same show, but can't find it. But yeah, like you can see in like a video like this where like also. When you look at Yoshiki on the drums, this motherfucker has to wear a neck brace when he plays drums these days because he used to headbang so hard. That is he just gave himself like a fucking like spinal issue and like tendonitis on his hands. Like this motherfucker went so crazy back then. But yeah, the makeup style you can see here is like way more inspired by like Kabuki than Kiss or anything like that. Because Kabuki also, they didn't let female actresses into Kabuki. That's what the Takarazuka is for. That was all women, whereas Kabuki was all men. So in female roles in Kabuki plays, they had men in drag do it, basically. And that was also a huge influence of Visual K, because it was all inspired by Kabuki. So you can see right there, Heath is wearing like a fucking fruity ass crop top and like androgynous outfits and stuff like that. It's very influenced by both the metal, the thrash metal of the 80s, especially a song like this, very 80s thrash metal. I think this album came out in like 88, maybe 87. 70s punk with the leather there, and kabuki. Those were like the three main pedestal influences of Visual K originally, and then it kind of just evolved from there as like Malice Miser came along and was more inspired by like Rococo fashion again, predating Kiss by hundreds of years.
Even your PC has like.
I mean, listen. Look at my shirt. You know, I'm the Visual K bitch. You know, that is also a special interest.
Audio, and you want to feel the rumble of the bass in your loins.
I can see a Japanese band dressed like Kiss, and I could say that's Visual K. No, for sure, yeah. I mean, listen, it's part of it, but like not a huge part, because it developed around the same time.
Fast storage with Samsung's 870 QVO SSDs.
Around like the early 80s.
Today at the link in the video description.
Wallet-friendly audiophile option.
Sure.
A super cheap option.
AGP Tech.
You ever heard of them?
Sounds classic.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of these companies. That's why I was having trouble looking for MP3 players the other day. It's like, I've never heard of fucking any of this.
And then this thing, which kind of exists in this weird middle ground of like high-end and cheap and versatile. Anyways, we'll get to that.
Okay. Where do I start?
Let's start with
the budget one.
The budget one. Oh yeah, AGPT Tech. I don't know what that means, but
Advanced Graphics Port Tech.
I found it on Amazon for cheap.
Crazily enough, the look is not that different from my first MP3 player, an RCA Lyra.
This is the AGP Tech SO7.
Yep, 8 gigs.
8 gigs of storage.
Lots of adapters.
Lots of adapters, because it only has a 3.5 millimeter output, which you use to charge and sync and for the headphones.
Wait,
I'm surprised nobody in the fishing mini game has caught the rarest one yet. Huh. Maybe I'll have to adjust some prices eventually. But someone did get Lewis Hamilton, which is the second rarest, so
a 3.5 mil.
Maybe we just gotta keep trying, chat.
Connector.
Wow, don't plug that into the
Let me see what I can get. Let me fish.
My thumb! I won't get off! Oh, it got off. Oh, yeah, so see this. It specifically says on this accessory, not for charging.
Oh, I got something rare-ish.
Charge.
Not the craziest, but
extension.
You gotta
plug
make sure.
charger directly.
Goober. I got the Goober.
Into player. I think I figured out how it works though. There's no microphone input on this, so you would only need a 3-pole, 3.5 mil.
Okay.
So you would have grounding in that, and then they're just using a 4-pole
gonna
cable.
catch? What are you gonna
and
get?
then they've gone and wired the 4th pole up to probably the 5-volt positive terminal, and then that's how they've wired it up internally. This is like totally.
Oh, you got the Yuri.
Standard.
This is kind of cool then.
Totally breaks the stack.
Innovative.
And then curiously, they include 2. A short one.
How the fuck does an auxiliary jack adapter work with a USB cable? What the heck?
They look like they're gonna, violate your eardrum a little bit. Now, I didn't actually put those in my ears.
I would hope not.
Because I wanted to save all your earwax.
What the f is this?
When you're swimming, you don't, it doesn't go all over the place. There's a bunch of these kind of like $20, $30 MP3 players that you can get on Amazon.
Yeah.
But
if I bought a $20, if I bought a $20 waterproof MP3 player, I would not trust that motherfucker to be waterproof. I would go into the pool with that thing on and immediately get electrocuted to death.
And water.
And I'm like, that's in the same ballpark. Plus, it's waterproof. That's also why these Rip for Your Pleasure earbuds are designed in such a way. This isn't the video I wanted to make. Ugh. Ooh, how does that feel?
Wow, actually,
Nasty.
that's quite unpleasant.
Yeah, too far.
Well, I think that's the idea, right? Because if you don't have multiple seals, water's
The answer,
definitely
don't be cheating. Yeah, exactly.
when I pull on it, it's like it feels like it's like moving my skull around, you know?
Are you playing?
I think so.
Nasty.
You're not plugged in.
Oh, well, there's your problem.
How's the sound isolation though? Obviously not that great because you can still hear me.
Oh yeah, I can hear everything just fine.
Well, play some music. Play some music.
Okay, these are not good headphones. These I'm very familiar with. Problem was the earphones. These are absolutely terrible. There's nothing about this. It's not great.
Yeah.
But it's like.
But it's fine. So this looks like a normal pair of, not non-true wireless earbuds, right?
Sort of. They're pretty bulky.
Well, they're bulky for a reason, because it's a built-in audio
What
player
the
in
fuck?
the headphones. And it can also.
Those don't look comfy at all. Those look like they probably hurt like a
It's got
motherfucker.
4 gigs of onboard storage.
Better noise isolation than the last one, I'll tell you that much.
for sure.
Those look like they hurt, dog. That's like a saw trap.
My goodness.
So the reason that there's 2 separate packages is because some of those are regular,
Yep.
and the other ones are.
Yeah, those are the Walkmans too. That's
sorry.
crazy.
Yeah, well, no, we already experienced that. There's no more rib for your pleasure. We're safe, Linus.
That's not ribs. That's like foothills. That's actually pretty interesting. The swimming ones.
Wait, which
have
one is
like
Linus?
this,
little extra.
like it's a
Bring the OG
membrane.
Walkman design back. No, right? I want to get like an old like
They are
cassette
very
Walkman,
heavy and
honestly,
bulky.
because I got a few
They
cassettes I
kinda
want to play
look
with
like
that. I got like this
robot,
old Menzingers
you know?
demo tape I really want to listen to
Hello,
again.
I am Lando
Granted, I have it on
Calrissian's
iTunes because I
robot
burned it back in
butler.
the day, but
I know that this is a great bit for you, but you don't look
like brainwashing tech,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, sorry, I gotta get rid
Linus
of
is
my
the
hair.
bearded dude,
Oh,
no
there
glasses,
it
got
is.
you.
Yeah, hold on,
Okay.
yeah.
Who's the other guy with the fucking
Now my
mustache?
Spitting image. Yeah. Am I on Cloud City? See, I wanted to test these out myself before I gave them to you, but all the pools are closed.
But you were allergic to work.
That's right. Check, check,
So
check.
you press Bluetooth for ambient mode and you hold it for Bluetooth pairing.
Yes. That's kind of unintuitive.
Yeah, I would press mode for ambient mode, but
Well, I guess it's quicker if someone's
One of his
talking.
friends
you
who's
need to
smart,
hear
I
them,
think.
you
Got
click it
you.
once instead of holding
Is
it.
Linus not
Linus
smart?
is okay
How?
as a
If
boss,
Linus isn't
but
smart, how does he
most
give
of the
tech
time,
tips?
I'm pretty sure you're talking about me. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting much for $100 with headphones integrated into
$110.
an MP3 player. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. What's next?
What's next, Linus? Is the FiO M5. Now you've heard of FiO before.
Wow, this has some weight to it.
They put like a Galaxy
It's huge.
logo on the fake screen.
It's
on
an
it
Apple
to
Watch.
make you think
and
it's
this thing,
smarter.
unlike the other devices we
Oh
looked
no,
at,
it actually does that. That was a
plays
screensaver.
every file type on
They use that to make you think it's more high tech than it really is, though. That's why they use
AIFF,
screens like that
Flax,
in advertisements.
Waves. You know, there's a whole big list. We'll put it on screen.
Yeah. It's not waterproof though.
It's
not those
not.
kinds of waves. This sounds so much
I
better
think
than the
what I
AT&T
learned as
app.
well is that a lot of these like random MP3 players they make these days, a lot of them I guess are what's the word? They all basically just use like a fork of the Android OS, which is kind of wild. Oh, you got Kamui.
And that's what the same headphones.
Pretty good.
Right.
So the power button acts as a play pause, and then if you hold it, it turns off. So at least you've got that tactile feedback if it's in your pocket. For like a $100 MP3 player, this sounds good.
Yeah,
In a nutshell, then, it's iPod Nano meets Apple Watch.
basically. Yeah.
Cool.
Plus, Bluetooth USB DAC amp thing.
How much does it store?
That's the
on
coolest
it?
thing to me.
It's not waterproof. I'm out.
Get out of
I'm
here.
out. I'm out.
Or just
All right,
tossed
so
it.
the next step up then in order
Just
to
ask the
satisfy
smart
you,
friends for
Linus,
suggestions,
Is
yeah.
the FiO? I don't know.
I actually don't know either.
It's one of those. M11.
This I requested from them because I was like, why is there a $400 MP3 player in the year, I think it was 2019 at the
Right.
time, and then I never tried it because I didn't get around to it.
So you might be wondering in the audience why we just went from a $100 MP3 player to a $400 audio player. And the answer to that is kind of like, once you get into the $200, $300 range with audio players, you kind of start asking more questions about what you're getting for your money.
That's what I was
Because there's
saying.
a
Why
lot
the
of, like,
fuck
these
would anybody pay
Android-powered
$3,000 for a Walkman, for a digital
big
Walkman?
screen audio players in the like $200, $300 range. And at that point, I'm like, it's just basically a phone.
If you're looking to save a buck, this looked like a really good place to be, the M5.
Right.
And then if you're gonna spend a bunch of money, you might as well get something fully featured
Yuri!
like the M11, which
Hi. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. Hi, Yuri. Hi, Yuri. Hi, Yuri. Hi. Welcome in. What were you up to? Hold on, let me place myself again. We're watching silly videos about MP3 players and music preservation tonight. Let me shout Yuri out. What were you up to? Thank you so much for the raid. Hi.
Paintings were up for auction next to works by two obscure little artists known
How do you summon the bike?
Warhol and Pierre-Auguste
How do you
Renoir.
summon
This
the
is a
bike?
classic Yuri
How do you
here.
get the bike out?
Oh, you're playing Princess Peach. Are you enjoying it? How is it? Because I haven't gotten around to it yet. I really want to.
Like I was like, wow, I felt
How do you get the
something
bike?
in there. I really like
The
the
bike.
Am I stupid?
by the way, like
Isn't there just like a button you press?
I was on the bike
isn't,
when I loaded up the game.
isn't it just like, don't you just press like select or something?
Thank you.
It's so fun. Ooh.
Oops. Ooh,
Communication and attempted to teach him some basic spoken language. After realizing that
I love cute, easy games. It's literally just plus, I think. Yeah, I thought so. It's been a minute since I played Sword and Shield. Anyways, welcome in, though. Hi. If you need to get some rest, if you need to rain and run, take no offense. I know how hard streaming can be on the body, mind, and soul, but hello, everybody. My name is Tomo Aries. I'm the Gary Mecha Pilot VTuber from the moon who may or may not be affiliated with Yakuza. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. We're watching videos about MP3 players right now because I had a bit of a voyage with struggling with Apple the other day and trying to get fucking music on my phone because I'm crazy and still download music. So we're watching this Linus Tech Tips videos about modern MP3 players, which is silly. Question, Yuri, did you have an iPod growing up? Did you have an iPod? Were you an iPod user? Also, yeah, Yuri, we've been catching you quite a bit today in the fishing game. You're in the fish game. You did? What kind did you have? We were talking about them earlier. We were talking about like old phones and iPods and stuff. What do you got? Oh, you got an Arthur, the Blue Yeti aficionado. Let's go. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. For anybody who doesn't know me, I just made this new raid trailer the other day, so have a little look at this. Boom. Hi, chat. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, I'm walking here. Send this to an Australian friend to totally prank them. Fuck a Google Doc. That bitch going on SoundCloud. You know we ain't a crook. Be like Peter Pan, the way I'm smashing Captain Hook.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top.
Did you know I'm literally the Joker? Every day I wake up and I put on the makeup. It was a G.I. Jane joke. I'm not a furry, just hear me out. All right, everybody, group howl. Oh, a deep voice shawty will fix me. I think I'm mentally ill, chat. Don't want to bring out the horses. Someone else is sick.
I'm doing something extremely wicked.
Uh-oh. Hey, Kamui, what's the capital of Green Shell? Fuck! Hey, Tommy. Oh, shit, never mind. Hey, Chance, what's the... Never mind. No! What the... You got boy smell. Shit, that makes my brain worms go like... Let's talk about everybody's favorite topic. Me! Hi! Yeah, so that's what we're like here. I just... That's the first time I've gotten to play that for a raid. I just made that video and put it up the other day. And it's the first time I've streamed since we... added that video. But yeah, anyways, that's a little bit what we're like here. You may have noticed Yuri was in a lot of those clips too. She hangs around here a lot. She made me, by the way, for anybody from Yuri's stream who doesn't know, or my stream who doesn't know, Yuri made me. Yuri made my model. And we're working on some big things coming soon for it too. Okay, I had the iPod 5th gen from 2006, the one that could play videos. Oh, the iPod Video. Yeah, I remember that was a big deal when that one came out. Love the new trailer. That's me. True. Anyways, let's watch this video about not iPods, MP3 players.
So this improves on the
this is
N5.
Android.
Yeah, it runs Android. It runs Android 7.
Let me see if I can catch a Yuri in the fishing game.
Kind of scary, but at the same time, you don't actually have to connect to the internet with this thing if you just like connect it to your PC and like load music on it. I don't know. So the main difference between this and the M5 is obviously it just kind of has some more power and.
I got a Cody rat.
It does run Android, so you can do anything you want to do.
How's the streaming going? Good. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're going down memory lane with.
What are all these?
We went down memory lane with like iPod and Zune stuff earlier. And now we're looking at modern MP3 players. I swear the market is going to open up for like a new generation of iPods in the next couple of years. Mark my words, chat. By 2030, the iPod will be back in production to some degree. Mark my fucking words on that. Someone clip it if you have to. Mark my words. I could even see it in the next 2 years.
So
the anti-streaming revolution is coming, and it's going to come
It does
hard.
have 32 gigs of internal storage, as opposed to 0 on
Is
the
it not
M5.
expandable?
And there's 2
don't read into
micro
that.
SD card slots.
Where?
On the side.
I hope we all revert back to buying physical media and downloading. I'm saying, yeah. There it is. There's a Yuri.
Can I
Look,
just
it's a
take
Yuri.
this horrible case off of it? Is this
Sure.
included?
It's included.
Did Yuri catch the Yuri, or who caught the Yuri?
Yellow with age.
Linus, somebody designed that.
Oh, Banana caught the Yuri. Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fio. People might be asking why we didn't do iPods and Zunes, and that's because you know, those are the obvious choices.
Yeah, well,
Anybody can go out and buy an old iPod or old Zoom. We wanted to get like somewhat new stuff, okay?
You can change your output, you can change your gain.
Yeah, like this thing is straight up just a glorified
Low
Android.
pass filter mode, including
Got another
bunch of
Cody, the
different
Scrumply.
fine-tuning options for it.
I've always hated owning digital copies of things and never buy any, especially since certain companies start taking. Yeah, exactly.
Shift your balance. This is cool. So
Yeah,
you
that's
can
the
say
thing.
if you
Like
have
you
it
gotta
in your mobile.
download
Let's see if
shit
works
if you
now
want
that
it,
I've activated
or get the physical media. You know.
Click next tool. Yep. Hold on. Let's try triple to go back. Oops.
But yeah, the fiche cooldown is about
always have a hard
60
time with that
seconds, I
triple
think.
click. Yeah, look
On
at
physical
that.
media or die kind of guff. No, same, honestly.
That's pretty cool.
The other really notable thing that I would say with this is that it's got 13 hours
No one has caught the rarest thing yet. I'm really surprised. No one's got it yet. Someone got the second rarest, but
playback with.
oh, you got a Velvet. Let's go.
But it's got 48 hours of playback if you're using Bluetooth headphones.
I think for me, the magic bullet is really something like this. It costs little enough that I'm kind of like, yeah, that's something that I could justify for MP3 playback. It saves me some battery life on my phone. It's got a touchscreen at least, unlike these other ones where I just have to like memorize what's in my playlist. Expandable storage. I think the M5 is really the star of the show. That's my takeaway. Anyway.
If you're not a swimmer.
If you're not a swimmer. If you are a swimmer, however,
then this is probably a better bet.
I wouldn't even want to try that. That thing would fucking electrocute you.
But they're all closed.
He's yelling. Why are you yelling so loud?
Because, you know, I'm trying to. I just want to know if I can still hear the music if I'm yelling into the water.
Can you?
Oh, someone caught a whooper, a tooper.
Pretty good.
It's a little gurgly.
What about during breaststroke?
This is weird.
Still works?
This is weird. He's gonna spend the whole rest of the video in the shower. I think I'm good. Oh, anyways, chat. Oh, surprisingly enough, our next ad break is here. How crazy is that? Coming up in a few minutes, and I gotta pee. I'll be honest. I drank a lot of water. So we're gonna hit our hourly ad break real quick. Let me think. Let me get my video. Okay, there we go. Go piss, girl, for real. I want me and then I go get dinner. Real, yeah. Actually, I think this might just be a good place to call it. Actually, we've been going for like 3.5 hours. I think we made pretty good progress. I don't want to get into Stellar Blade and only play for like an hour or something. So I think this is a pretty good spot. Let me see where we can send y'all right now. Let me see who's live. Let me see who's live and like is going to continue streaming for a bit. Let's see. I think I know where I might be able to send y'all. I don't know how long it's going to be going for. Let's see. Let's say hi to... Sorry, I'm like indecisive now. Let's go say hi to Fenzi. Ooh, someone got the paper yippee. Okay, chat. We're gonna head out. We're gonna probably stream again this weekend, and then next week we're gonna start the Sonic Marathon. Promise. So we're gonna raid out to Fenzi. Let me pause the fishing queue and we'll finish the last of these. Oh, we got another. Oh, did Yuri finally get a Yuri? Yuri got a Yuri, let's go. There's one other Yuri, it's rarer to get though. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be it for the night though, chat. Thank you for stopping by. We'll be back. I don't know, I might just go live tomorrow even and play some Stellar Blade since we spent most of today just doing the videos and stuff. So, anyways, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna raid out. Everybody have a good night. Wait, what the fuck? Which other one did you put? Yeah, you'll get it eventually. You'll figure it out. It's like the chibi. Anyways, that's it, I think. Butt game raid, and then peach emoji. Come on. No? Not go? Hold up. Booking raid. Peach emoji. There we go. Okay, chat. We're gonna raid Fen. This is our raid message. Everybody drop that. And I will see you guys soon. Good night. Bye. Everybody drop a raid message.
夏草